Obviously, this was one of the all-time great programs in Georgia history. Great run, the early 2000s. We took a little bit of a dip there, but last year, getting back to state semifinals, 10-win season. The chance now to see Dylan Barber at quarterback. Running play here on first down. He's midfield and more. Turning on the afterburners down the sideline, makes a man miss. Finally brought down inside the 5-yard line. Big run for Dylan Barber to begin the game.
Wow, just quarterback sweep basically there, for lack of a better term. They seal off the edge, and Dylan Barber shows another gear there as a quarterback, senior quarterback. Watch him when he gets the edge. They seal off number 6, Jordan Stringer, the Georgia State wide receiver commit, with a great block to seal off the edge, and Barber does the rest.
We have seen good running quarterbacks so far this week. High snap. The ball is, Barber actually kicked it up in the air, so it was a high snap. Barber got a hand on it, then a running back touched it. Then Barber tried to kind of keep it alive where he could field it by just kicking it. Finally, though, going to be fallen on by Cass. So after an incredible run by Barber on first down, it's a mishandled snap there on the first and goal play, and it turns into a turnover. Cass Colonel's going to get the football deep in their own territory.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the replay. Watch how many times the ball, he tips it, running back tips it, kicks it. Man, 2 wild plays to open this game today.
Didn't get a look at who fell on it from Cass, but it was almost like a pinball machine there for a while.
Hot potato.
And now our first look at this Cass offense, a name that we've brought to you a lot on TV throughout the years. Brody McWhorter settling in at the quarterback spot here, the Mississippi State commit. It's going to be a handoff, though, on first down. Another big gain here. This time it's the Cass Colonels having their turn at all of this. That's the running back, Jerome Sanders, but a flag comes in. Let's see what that's all about.
Going to be a late flag there on Lagrange, but a great job there as well. Jerome Sanders with a huge run. Another explosive play, and they're going to tack on 15. They're going to get Lagrange on a late hit out of bounds.
So that's not what you want to see, but that is what happens here, and they're going to tack on that extra penalty, and it's a quick pace here to
like
begin
a track
the game.
meet. It's a track meet.
You know, we didn't have a lot of time to set this up for you before the game just because we wanted to get straight to kickoff, obviously, on this triple-header Friday. But we do expect this to be one of the better games of the entire event just because.
Both of these games coming up.
But, yeah, really both the games tonight. Obviously, Creekside and Rome later on. The Wolves getting a chance to close it out tonight in their home stadium. And, boy, what a thrill it is to be here this year. Another running play. This time, though, tackle going to be made. Knocked down there. Corn Brown, the linebacker, makes the tackle. Another carry for Sanders. He gets positive yardage. But it'll be second down coming up. Picks up about 4 that time, maybe 4.5.
Don't see Elijah Slocum, number 7. I know he was a little bit banged up earlier in the week. They weren't sure he's going to be able to go. That might be a key piece out for Cass tonight, just a note.
3 receivers, handoff again. Another big running opportunity. This time it's Khalil Charles getting his first carry of the game.
You'll see big 76 there with the Michigan towel. That is Bear McWhorter, the 2026 offensive tackle in high school. He's going to be a guard, but he is verbally committed to Michigan, and they're going to run a lot to the left side and behind him. You can bet on that.
You'll recognize the last name. Bear McWhorter, Brody McWhorter are cousins. They have played together on this Cass team now for the last 3 years at least. Open field tackle there, brought down. The pass was complete.
Javier Eastern.
Yeah, Javier Eastern makes the nice play.
You know, that's one thing I saw the other night. It was good tackling early in the season. You know, you don't get a lot of that preseason stuff. You don't take a lot of people to the ground. So you're not really sure how your team's going to react. We always talk about special teams, and that's been the flavor of the weekend so far is bad snaps, missed kicks, things like that. That's expected, but it's kind of uncertain how teams are going to tackle. But that was a great open field tackle there by Easter from Lagrange.
Second down now. Charles moves to McWhorter's right. He'll get the handoff, and he's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage. A swarm of Grangers there to bring him down. And they'll help him back up after that. A little bit of a different look for Cass. We've seen them kind of sport the gold trim on their uniform the last few years. This is a little bit more of a kind of a dark gray, if you want to call it that. They've got the numbers on the side of the helmet too, which is, I believe, a different look for them. Now 3rd down, up and coming here. Sanders is back in as the tailback. 3 receivers on the left side. McWhorter looks that way. Will throw towards the end zone beyond the outstretched arms of his tight end, Chase Tatum. That'll bring up 4th down.
Chase Tatum, number 9, is committed to verbal commit of Kennesaw State.
Good-looking athlete.
Yeah, they liked him a lot. Coach Gates texted me back in the spring and said, hey, he's really coming on, and he'll be playing Division I football not too far down the road from him at Kennesaw State.
So it's decision time now coming up with the 4th and 10. It'd be about a 39-yard kick from where it sits right now.
Down to 12. I wonder if he's going to let it run down and call timeout to discuss this thing.
You know, if you want to game out the strategy here, you got I don't want to say free possession, but you kind of got an extra possession because you got the turnover on the second play from scrimmage from Lagrange. So if you're Steve Gates, who, you know, we'll roll the dice here a bit from time to time, does that give you a little bit more freedom on this just simply because you kind of you're going to get basically the ball to begin both halves?
I can tell you by him kicking an onside the first play of the game, if that was intentional, he was trying to steal a possession and basically did, as you pointed out there, with a quick turnover. So, you know, I think when you got a quarterback that can make all the throws, and you see they just played man-to-man right there, what kind of play do you have for man-to-man on 4th and 10? Do you get a rub route or something like that? They're going to go to their playbook right here. But when you got a quarterback like Brody McWhorter, this is you're saying, I believe in my guy. I'm going to call timeout. We like where we are. Trust our defense. Let's take an early shot here. But based off what Lagrange just did, they went straight man-to-man, single high safety. Let's see if they give them the same look on 4th and 10.
Offense is coming back onto the field. Just the one deep safety look from Lagrange defensively. They show pressure at the line of scrimmage.
Man-to-man.
Jeremy Barrett goes in motion. McWhorter going to roll to his left, looking for a block. They're going to fire it. It's incomplete. Tried to connect with Chase Tatum once again, but that was broken up. Nice coverage that time by Jadarius Render, the free safety.
They tried to sneak.
So a stop there by Lagrange gets the football back, and they'll try to make good after a turnover on their second play from scrimmage a moment ago. Quick timeout. We're right back.
Hunter Classic is brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today. And presented by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Electrify your career.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Vision. Commitment. When those become partnership, powerful things begin to happen. The path becomes clear. The work becomes reality. And your achievement becomes a legacy. You deserve a partner that will take you there. You deserve Sports Turf.
What happens after you graduate? Will you go to the next level? Will people have your back in the heat of battle? Will you still train like a champion in the pursuit of greatness? You will when you become an IBEW electrical worker. Join our team. Visit IBEW613.org.
You'll still have common days. Get caught in traffic during your commute. Overthink a text message. Get a song stuck in your head. is not one of those days. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
I'm Matt Higdon with the Teamsters Local 728, and we're fired up to bring you the first quarter of tonight's game. For 75 years, we've been standing strong for Georgia's hardworking men and women. Now we're standing strong with you, the fans. Let's bring the noise and excitement and get ready for a great game of football in Georgia.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Game 1 of 2 today from Barrett Stadium in Rome, Lagrange and Cass. No score here, still early first quarter. Granger's getting their second turn on offense. Kind of an interesting story for Lagrange offensively. They bring back 9 starters from a year ago, but one of the guys they lost in the offense was Malachi Fannin-Render, who was a 2,000-plus yard running back now at Liberty. So it's interesting. Most of the names are familiar, certainly to Lagrange fans, but obviously a big hole in the stat sheet when it comes to what Fannin-Render provided them last season.
Yeah, made a deep run into the Final Four last year and came up a little bit short for a state championship appearance.
That is a handoff going to Antonio Parks on second down. Parks gets up across the 35 to the 36. And keep in mind, this was a Lagrange team, remarkable as it is, made the state semifinals after losing in Game 1 of our Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic at Kell a year ago against Douglas from Atlanta.
18-3, really just getting anything going all day long. And I turn around, they get hot as the year goes on. And Coach Napier kept texting me, Rusty, don't give up on us. And sure enough, man, they made a deep, deep run to the state semifinals.
Caden Thomas goes in motion. Barber, who has a long run already today, keeps it himself, but he got hit back in the backfield there. Nice stop by the linebacker, Eli Simmons, but there is a flag down.
Illegal shift
I would
on
think
the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Where that was.
So after the penalty, because should make it 3rd and 6 now coming up after the penalty.
Big 55. Big 55 there, all state. Carson Shattuck.
Yeah, impressive player for sure.
Punt.
Okay, so it's actually, so it's 4th down.
Any time on the clock. A lot of substitution there. Let's see if they may try to do something crazy here, but that was a late, like a.
So Dylan Barber, quarterback, will punt sometimes. They also have a very good punter kicker named Cooper Metcalf. Barber will punt sometimes, and he'll be brought in for that. Now takes a low snap, gets a low kick away. Boy, this didn't work out the way they wanted. On 4th and short, don't quite get the kick they wanted. And that's going to be outstanding field position for Cass now inside Granger's territory to begin the possession.
Now what is that, 6 or 7 yards?
In net total, I think you're about right. We occasionally see quarterbacks serve as the punter. Barber does that some for Lagrange. And when we have a moment here, we'll take a look at the Cass resume. Obviously, the Colonels, 4 straight trips to the playoff, and really, there's probably nothing that tells the tale of Steve Gates' success with Cass more so than that. This is a program, about 80 years of history that fumble. Game 2nd turnover may be coming up here, although no, instead it's going to be a Colonels player who falls on it. Walker Sims, offensive tackle, heads up play by him to fall on that football.
What happens here is it's fighting for yardage. Oh, just strips it, knocks it loose there.
Finish the point I was making. So about 80 years of history for Cass. Only made the playoffs 7 times in program history. 4 of those have been the last 4 years under Steve Gates. So
great job.
A lot of success. Here's Brody McQuarter, handoff. Big hit in the backfield there. That was LaMarcus Benton, the linebacker, delivering the blow behind the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Talking with Steve Gates over the last couple of weeks, he's a straight shooter with it. He said, Rusty, we got our hands full defensively, Lagrange. He goes, they are stout, very stout defensively. See him take a couple of shots here on McWhorter. Got an arm that can drive the ball down the field. See if they like a matchup here or there.
I tell you what impresses you about Brody McWhorter is, he's got a nice, impressive-looking frame. Stands tall in the pocket, got some size to him. Steve Gates will call timeout here to sort of talk this over. We'll remind you that we've got a long way to go here with Cass and Lagrange really just kind of getting underway. But when we're done tonight, we've got Rome and Creekside coming up. Rusty, what a game that's going to be.
Listen, grown man football, neither team's afraid of each other. They want to get physical with each other. Two great coach teams. You look at the whole schedule, we kind of sit around and go, you know what? That's going to be a head knocker.
And by the way, while we have them, we'll also give a shout out to our friends at Breda Pest Management. They know your house inside and out with a customized treatment plan that stops any bugs and critters. Breda does it right, protecting the inside and the outside of your home. It's the bugs inside your house, after all. Those are the ones that you really want gone. Well, Breda's going to take care of that for you because Breda Pest Management handles bugs and critters. All right, 6:05 to go, first quarter of play. Pivotal third down coming up. It's been a kind of a wild back and forth affair. Lagrange had a big run on its opening play from scrimmage, then fumbled after that.
Movement.
Cass moved down the field into Granger territory. Not able to convert, though, on a fourth down. Got the football back and now trying to make something happen, but a penalty on third down going to make that more difficult. You're going to make it, 3rd and 15 now after that penalty?
Something early in the year right here. You go to a timeout. You come out of the timeout. You go to big 3rd and 10 and just have a lack of focus. Early mistake makes it 3rd and 15. They may just hand this off and try to punt. Nope.
McWhorter instead, though, going to try to do something. Got the block and threw it. A nice play coverage-wise. Javier Easters kind of steps in front of that. The intended target that time was Jeremy Barrett. Easter, though, almost stepped in front of it.
I'll tell you right now, Lagrange is not fearing anything from their wide receivers. They are man up, and they're coming after McWhorter. But they are playing these Cass wide receivers early on, man-to-man, one-on-one.
Of course, folks will remember in recent history for Cass, Covey White, now at Georgia, a guy who did amazing things as a part of his Colonel's program, really on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
And, in a different type of era, would have probably been a very good defensive back at Georgia, but body type-wise, just made a little bit more sense to be a wide receiver. As you see Chase Tatum get the punt off, that ball's going to roll inside the 10, so it'll take a little bit of a Colonel roll here. And Lagrange coming back on offense now deep in its own territory. So 3rd offensive possession coming up for Lagrange, trying to find the momentum they had on the game's first snap. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Veronica.
My name is Darvin.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Jackie.
And we switched to Consumer Cellular.
My previous provider was terrible.
Surprise, we've changed your rate.
We wouldn't get to talk to a person.
And then all of a sudden it disconnects.
Now with Consumer Cellular, no problems.
Better customer service. They tell me exactly what I'm paying and why I'm paying for it.
It's within $1 of being half of my old bill.
With Verizon, I was paying about $150 a month. With Consumer Cellular, I'm paying about half that.
Okay, this is doable. This is affordable.
I'm getting the exact same coverage for half the price. That's a beautiful thing.
Done deal.
I got to keep my phone. I got to keep my number.
Switching over took about 20 minutes. That's it.
It's month to month, very simple.
It's been amazing.
I was now a Consumer Cellular customer.
And I've been bragging to my friends about it, too.
Call 1-800-971-2718
to switch and save up to half with Consumer Cellular. Plus, new customers can save $25 when they switch today.
We're here for the walk-offs, the shutouts, the moments that make you nervous, and the ones that keep you coming back for more. No matter what your favorite Braves moment is, it happens here. Peachtree Sports Network. The Braves play here. Your Atlanta Dream are on Peachtree Sports Network. Looking for some payback against Golden State? See all the big shots and star power here. Dream Valkyries, Sunday at 8:30 on Peachtree Sports Network. The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Sports Turf. We pursue perfection because it's your legacy. Northside Hospital, your source of strength. Smart Local 85. Sheet metal is a smart move. And by the Georgia Army National Guard. Live here, serve here, work here.
Back, everybody. No score here. 5:46 to go, first quarter of play. Lagrange and Cass. Game one of our day three, live from Barron Stadium in Rome. I think it's just an unbelievable backdrop for high school football. A thrill to come here each year. And now a penalty on Lagrange on 1st and 10. That's not going to make Matt Napier very happy.
Very typical. Sloppy. Saw the game last night. I watched both games. Watched Corky Kell. Had a split screen going. Watched Buford. Buford, I think, penalized 15 times.
I saw that, yeah.
I mean, it's really you kind of expect. Now, 15 is definitely a lot more than you think, but you're going to see things like this early, especially early in the game, but early in the season.
Well, in the case of the Buford-Milton game, it was the Buford penalties that probably allowed that game to be close at the end, probably, right?
Correct.
You see a handoff play here. Ball gets the 5-yard line. Tackle made that time by Eli Simmons, the linebacker. It's Caden Thomas in at running back. One of the things we expect to see from Lagrange tonight, they're going to rotate heavily to running back position. We'll see probably 3 guys at least get a significant number of carries. We've already seen Dylan Barber, the quarterback, get a big one too. Looking at second long now. Barber wants to throw, will throw left. Going to try the sideline. Intended target was Julian Jones, but that is incomplete. It's now a 3rd down coming up.
The team's not able to establish a run much at all, so bringing up some long 3rd down attempts.
Lagrange already has a turnover today. Probably the story of the game. Not able to capitalize after the big run by Barber to begin it. You saw a hard count from Barber there a moment ago. Now takes the snap. Going to try to make a would-be tackler miss. Chase down again. He's going to go down right there around the 11-yard line. Impressive play that time by John Abernathy.
Tell you one thing. Every high school football coach or everybody that's watching right now wants Barber to tuck that ball away. He's carrying it out there. And it's great he's trying to make a play. But, man, that ball is way away from what they call ball security. Somebody tapped that thing out. It would have been an easy turnover inside the 10. Picks up 4, be 4th and 6, and he'll punt again.
Yeah, Lagrange had problems with its last punt. Barber will be the punter once again. A couple of guys back deep to receive here for Cass. One of those being the running back Khalil Charles. Much better punt from Barber this time. Fair catch. Both punt returners run into each other. Ball is free. That touched a Cass Colonel player. That's going to be a live, not a live ball, but it's certainly a ball that you can fall on. And that's going to be a turnover going the way of Lagrange. It was a fair catch called for, and then both punt returners essentially ran into each other.
Special teams early in the year. God, you cannot have 2 guys this close. Both guys calling for the fair catch. Fight over it, lose the ball, turnover. Special teams, man.
Yeah, so it was Khalil Charles and Jerome Sanders who were back as the punt returners, and they both saw the same thing. They were both calling for the fair catch, but much like the ball in the outfield, it just sort of falls in between 2 outfielders. Neither guy kind of called the other one off, and that is a costly mistake for Cass. McWhorter gets another chance now offensively. Peyton Davis will be his running back. Man goes in motion with the jet sweep. Here comes a halfback option style pass. It's a throw, and it is a catch. Throw made by Antonio Colton. Catch made by Jordan Stringer, the Georgia State commit.
Right out of the turnover, they go trick play, halfback pass to Stringer, and he just goes up over. It's almost good coverage here. 2 guys are there, but watch Stringer go over top.
Yeah, that's just good body control right there.
Job to track that ball.
Barber, handoff, touchdown. Game's first score of the day. Going to Peyton Davis, and the Grangers are on the board. Capitalizing on the turnover, getting the explosive play. making it look easy at the goal line.
I tell you, I mean, you have perfect field position, ball at midfield. You got everything, all the momentum. You have a turnover, trick play, next play, you're down 6, potentially 7-0. Boy, football can change in a hurry.
PAT try is through and good. And with that, it'll make our score 7-0. So we'll take a little more look here at our 0 FG touchdown. Peyton Davis makes it happen. Rangers are on the board.
Just absolutely cannot have two guys like that. But credit Lagrange. Sees the momentum, come out with a halfback pass right there to Stringer, and he makes a play over 2 cast defenders.
So Rangers now lead 7-0. Both teams have traded turnovers here in our first quarter. It'll be Jeremy Barrett and Khalil Charles back deep to receive this. Returnable for Charles. Dancing his way at the 30. Gets a pretty hard hit right there and goes down. And that's where the Colonels will have the ball. 1st and 10 now coming up from the 30-yard line. So if you're Steve Gates here offensively, what are you looking to do?
I'm running behind 76 for a minute. We've messed around and we've tried some different things, but I've got an All-American that's committed to Michigan, and I don't care if you know it's coming. I'm gonna run behind him for a little bit and see if we can't move the chains and try to get some field position.
Sounds like a pretty good idea as far as I am concerned. We'll see if that is indeed the case here. It is a running play, but it's not going to go anywhere. Granger's showing a lot of toughness up front. Keep in mind, this is a veteran team. They got 30 seniors overall, so they are certainly comfortable probably in these big game moments. But big stop there defensively is going to back Cass up way back after a lost yardage on 1st down.
Boy, they will get after you on defense. I think Steve Gates had that pegged correctly.
Kind of reminiscent of the old Trey Blackman days back in the early 2000s.
Goodness. I'll give you my Lagrange story here after this play.
2nd and 10 now. McWhorter handoff again. This time room to run. Seam middle of the field up the 45-yard line. Pretty good carry that time by Jerome Sanders.
Long-time head coach, long-time Corky Kell, long-time great person, long-time great coach. Jimmy Dorsey is standing at the fence, and Lagrange walked on. All I could think about was him thinking, we had one of the best teams we ever had in McEachern, and we went down with Rodney Hudson and Lagrange, and he told us there was nothing we could do with him.
Yeah.
You know, McEachern was a state championship team, but they had Superman and Rodney Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
And they couldn't deal with him that night.
So Cass gets the 1st down. Now back to the ground again, this time hitting the backfield once again. Big wall of blue to bring him down there. Among those in on that stop was Jadarius Render. Mason Blandenberg in on that as well. Among a host of Lagrange defenders.
Great crowd filling in. Long ride, about 2 hours probably for Lagrange coming up. I-27 into Rome. Cass probably about 30 minutes away. 2 huge bands. Great environment.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Also, just a gorgeous backdrop here. A wonderful sunset. Weather looks good right now, so nothing not to like about what we're enjoying here right now. McWhorter will throw, sets up the screen. That's a pass complete. Running 40, out of bounds right there. That's Jeremy Barrett getting the connection from Brody McWhorter. McWhorter, of course, the Mississippi State commit. Seems like we've been watching his games for a very long time.
Right here, Georgia Elite Classic as a 9th grader.
That's exactly right.
Sure did. And he played in the sophomore. Last year, I'm just glad to see him back, man.
Three receivers right side. Handoff up the middle. Tackle 35-yard line. It's Travis Tucker that'll bring him down. Ayala, one of the defensive linemen, had to come off for a second here, so he'll get himself a sub.
What, both these coaches are loving this weather, because when I pulled up today, it was 95.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we've seen a drop in temperature here pretty quickly.
That's great for both teams.
And really just great for the quality of play.
Everybody. Right? Everybody.
Quarter, handoff again. Big hit right there at the 33-yard line. Ball carrier was Khalil Charles. Charles paid a price for that one.
They're going 4 wide, 3-by-1 set. They're trying to get the advantage in the box. Right now, Lagrange is holding up. That's going to force a 3rd and 5.
Coming up under a minute in our first quarter. This one's at a brisk pace. Not perfectly played, but pretty entertaining. Running back will now move to the right side. That's Sanders. In motion goes Barrett. McWhorter going to keep it himself. Scramble for the first down and more. 15, 10, out of bounds right there. First and goal from about the, I should say first and 10 from about the 12, coming up from for Cass.
And they were trying to go to 15. Jerome Sanders out of the backfield. You're going to see right here trying to set up. He picks up the blitz, breaks contain. Just a great job by McWhorter on a busted play, basically.
In the red zone, presented by Ironworkers, Local 387. By the way, Pyle's still moving there. Jerome Sanders churning and burning and gets some extra yards. And with that, the first quarter is going to come to a close. So we were back and forth, a couple of turnovers. Lagrange gets an explosive play, sets up a touchdown. Cass marches back, and that's where we stand at the end of our first 12 minutes. Quick timeout, and we're right back.
So giant, crispy fingers, sauce, and melty cheese. Zaxby's giant chicken finger quesadillas. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. What sets us apart? At the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office, we are guided by the mission to serve and protect through dedication, professionalism, active cooperation with the community, and respect for human dignity. Our core values, integrity, service, respect, and progress, are at the heart of everything we do. If you are ready to make a difference, join our law enforcement family. Start your career today with the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office by applying at gogcso.com. Your future awaits.
At Breda Pest Management, we know your house inside and out. Pest control is not a one-size-fits-all treatment.
As your pest control company told you they won't be coming inside anymore and they raise their prices, it's the bugs inside you want out. Better call Breda Pest Management. They protect the inside and outside of your home.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
If you like to do this, or that, or even that, and you want to get back at it, we've got your back. Or your shoulder, or your hip, or your knee. The sports medicine specialists at Emory Healthcare treat more world-class, professional, and college-level athletes than anyone else in the state. We'll treat you like a pro and get you back in play.
No other career path gives you leadership instruction so early. Decide to lead.
On behalf of the Georgia State Building Trades, we're excited to bring you the second quarter. Just like building a great football team, the State Building Trades build strong careers, even stronger communities. From apprenticeships to expert craftsmen, the Georgia State Building Trades keeps Georgia moving forward.
And we are back. Second quarter set to begin. Cass right at the doorstep of their first point. It's going to be a handoff on second down. But Lagrange is going to be there to corral that. nothing doing that time for Jerome Sanders. Sanders had 69 yards rushing in the first quarter. Not quite as fortunate on that tote.
Man, a lot of explosive plays, couple of turnovers. A lot going on in the first quarter.
Sanders, one of these Cass seniors. You talk to Steve Gates, one of the things he'll say is that he believes, and he's had some good players come through here. We mentioned Scovie White earlier. This overall, the Henderson brothers, this overall might be his most talented senior class, which is certainly saying a lot. In the quarter now, looking to throw, brought down, got rid of the football first. That's a forward pass and an incompletion. But it was pressure that forced him to get rid of it sooner than he would like to. Braylon Smith was giving chase.
Immediate pressure by Lagrange up front. McWhorter trying to run a backside screen. McWhorter did a great job just getting rid of that ball, not to eat the negative play, and brings up still 2nd and 6.
It's going to be 4th down.
Fourth down.
Yeah.
I had it wrong on TV there. I was looking back. Try to get 3 here.
Yeah, so they're going to go instead of what's going to be a 24-yard field goal. Snap is down. Kick is away.
Good.
And it's no good. Not quite able to connect there is Anthony Quijada, the kicker. And so Cass misses out on its chance to get its first points of the game.
2 special teams plays. Punt return, fumble, and a missed field goal.
Good point. You also see Robert Pipley there, one of the defensive linemen coming off the field. Hard to tell what's going on there with him, but obviously we'll hope that he's fine and able to get back in the football game. But as Rusty said, when it comes to the mishandled punt return and now not able to connect on the field goal, special teams becoming a little bit of a storyline for the Colonels out of Bartow County. Ball going to sit on the left hash as Dylan Barber and these Rangers come back out on the field. Rangers going to be by himself. I should say Barber is going to be by himself in the backfield. Now man goes in motion. Barber going to look to set up a pass. Sideline, man is there, but incomplete. Kevin Snowberger was the intended target. Barber kind of put it there for him, but it was not complete.
Man, that was look at this throw now. He comes from the backside. You see crossing route. He turns back up. Where's the ball hit him at? Just a little bit. Tad being real picky out front. Sometimes you got to help your quarterback out there. Nice touch.
You got Josh Love coming over and like a missile in coverage, perhaps maybe an eye towards that at the very last minute. There's a handoff up to about the 28-yard line. It was Peyton Davis. See Davis coming out, Caden Thomas coming in, and as promised, Lagrange kind of rolling in the running backs as they said they would. And good tackle in the backfield.
Very good tackle.
That was Nazir Florine that got in the backfield and wrapped up Caden Thomas and brought him down. .10:20 to go, second quarter. Lagrange leads 7-0. It is 4th down now. Barber tried a hard count. Cass not moving. Play clock is ticking.
Still 20-18.
Yeah, so that's not an issue right now. Barber going to snap it? Yes, he will. He'll hand it. Running back ran into his own man. That was Thomas who kind of ran into his own man.
And got it.
But through second effort, still just by an eyelash maybe, got that first down, though.
Man, Eli Simmons was there again, number 20. But the Lagrange running back, man, what a run right here just to get it. Watch the penetration here. Watch 20. He's got him wrapped up, bounces off. Look at the chains.
That's just great. Second, really
that is
third
right.
effort. Yeah.
Man. Love to see that out of your guy.
Ball will sit just ahead of the 31-yard line. It is a fresh set of downs for Lagrange.
Gutsy call there by Coach Napier.
No deep safety for Cass. They're right up on the line of scrimmage. That's a handoff again. More hard yards for Caden Thomas, who's absolutely throwing his body around all over the place right now.
I tell you what, you talk about a team with 30 seniors. You get one game away from the state championship. I guarantee you this was one of the most focused teams ever had in the offseason.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you get that close. Everything you've been through, this team, I guarantee you they had a great offseason. That many leaders.
Well, it's also, and there are, of course, a lot of places in Georgia where this is true, but it's a part of the state that loves its high school football team, so devoted to its team. As you see, Barber going to run it himself here, spinning to the 40-yard line. It's going to be about a yard short of a first down right there. That's going to make it I should say 3rd and 1 now coming up. But the connection that Lagrange has always had with that community is a special one. And
no question, man.
To have Coach Napier bringing the success back that he's brought there, you do get the impression just from talking to people around the program that they've been really waiting for a season like this. Enjoying it last year and hoping to build on it this year.
That is a community that embraces this team right here year-round, like you just said.
Handoff this time going to Antonio Parks. Parks going to get the first down and move it again.
Said it the other night. Highway 27, Callaway, Troup County,
That's
LaGrange, right. Carver, Columbus. That whole stretch right there, Heard County, that whole stretch is playing really good football nowadays.
It really is.
Well-coached team.
West part of the state has really kind of come alive. In motion, you see Peyton Davis. Davis takes the handoff, gets up to about the 48-yard line.
Fancy right here, just running the football, 5 yards on first down. Obviously, he'll go for it anywhere. You can do anything at 2nd and 5.
You got the entire playbook at your disposal in a situation like that. 7 minutes to go, second quarter of play. Rome and Creekside coming up later on tonight, and then a quartet of games tomorrow, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Including a battle that Rusty and I'll get a chance to see at the end of it. 2 nationally ranked teams. North Gwinnett taking on Douglas County. More success for Peyton Davis. Davis on the carry. Takes it to the 40-yard line into Colonel territory, and it is working on the ground right now. Tyson Buford for Cass knocked Davis out of bounds.
No hurry. Just set the clock. They are chewing up the clock, taking their time, and coming downhill right here at Cass.
Cass does show a high safety this time. It's Caden Thomas still in as the running back. Thomas takes the handoff. Gets about 2 before he runs into trouble. Eli Simmons, the linebacker, right in the middle of that, as he has been so frequently all tonight. So it'll be 2nd and 8 coming up. Obviously, we enjoyed last night West Forsyth for our tremendous doubleheader there. The Wolverines folks there always do such a great job of hospitality. But did you have a chance to check out some of the new Buford Stadium on the other channel last night?
Well, my thoughts there is nobody's worried about the power bill.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I think it's gorgeous.
It's unbelievable. You know what I mean?
And to me, it's in keeping with what they've spent on their fine arts program and things like that. I mean, they don't need me to tout them. As you see the handoff to Caden Thomas, but honestly, I think it's kind of inspiring to see a school system that supports its students like that.
I tell you this, too, and I'm a girl dad, and everybody knows it. The cheerleader locker room was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Illegal shift.
That shows every
5-yard penalty.
How much detail they went through.
Well, I'll give you another small detail, too. And, of course, we're talking about the brand new Buford Stadium. So if you've ever been to a high school game in Georgia, you know that while the game's going on, the kids are playing their own, like, two-hand touch game off the side.
Paper cup.
Yeah, paper cup, football type stuff.
They got their own field.
They built their own field for that, for the kids.
How smart was that?
That's a really just a nice, I would say, classy touch. So we are very blessed in Georgia because you mentioned Jimmy Dorsey. Obviously, McEachern's got a gorgeous stadium. Carrollton's got a gorgeous stadium. Gainesville does.
Lagrange has an indoor.
Lagrange. I love coming to Barron Stadium where we're at today. We're very lucky to have some beautiful venues in Georgia. Buford, the newest, obviously, with all of that. Here is Barber. That's a handoff. Sebastian Castaneda there to help bring him down.
Now, get back to the game action here. 2 plays in a row, good penetration, stop. It's going to put them in 3rd and 11. Not going to be able to just run this one down your throat for conversion here. So interesting call here. Clock running 4:38, chewing up clock super fast. Not in any hurry. You see it coming to the sideline. You don't see that a ton getting to play. Let's see if they get Barber out in space, give him a run-pass option because his legs can really hurt you.
Keep in mind, he exploded on the game's first play.
You better have somebody spying him if they go man-to-man coverage because if he breaks, he's going to get this.
4 receivers, 3 on the right side. Barber going to go down. He is sacked. Eli Simmons.
So I've been impressed with 20. That was a great job of maintaining your lane on the pass rush. He had nowhere to step up, and when he stepped up in the pocket, he got flushed right. Watch this. He wants to take off running, but when he steps up, he comes right into number 20. That's a picture-perfect pass rush by the front 4 of Cass.
Big play for the Colonels right there.
Big play.
Get a chance to get the football back. Lagrange going to run a man on late. Barber's second punt was much more successful than his first. Just one, by the way, punt return man back for Cass now after the mishap earlier. This is a low punt by Barber. It's going to roll. Return man going to have to, that's Jeremy Barrett by himself this time. Going to have to watch it roll. Finally goes dead around the 3-yard line. So Lagrange does a good job flipping the field, pinning Cass deep after the sack. So Colonels get the football again. 3:16 to go, second quarter of play. We'll show you Cass on offense again when we return.
Hello, I'm Veronica.
My name is Darvin.
I'm Courtney,
I'm Jackie.
and we switched to Consumer Cellular.
My previous provider was terrible.
Surprise, we've changed your rate.
We wouldn't get to talk to a person.
And then all of a sudden it disconnects.
Now with Consumer Cellular, no problems.
Better customer service. They tell me exactly what I'm paying and why I'm paying for it.
It's within $1 of being half of my old bill.
With Verizon, I was paying about $150 a month. With Consumer Cellular, I'm paying about half that.
Okay, this is doable. This is affordable.
I'm getting the exact same coverage for half the price. That's a beautiful thing.
Done deal.
I got to keep my phone. I got to keep my number.
Switching over took about 20 minutes. That's it.
It's month to month, very simple.
It's been amazing.
I was now a Consumer Cellular customer.
And I've been bragging to my friends about it too.
Call 1-800-971-2718 to switch and save up to half with Consumer Cellular. Plus, new customers can save $25 when they switch today.
Dangerous heat is the word from city leaders here.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
As we make our way closer to the house, you can see the windows.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Right now, rescue crews are continuing their search for survivors.
The free Local News Live streaming app. Search LNL on your TV, on your phone. Local News Live. Your nation, your neighborhood. Always streaming, always free.
All right, 3:16 to go, second quarter of play. Cass gets the football back after a sack a moment ago by Eli Simmons. Good punt though by Lagrange is going to put the Colonels here on a very long field. The quarter going to hand off on first down, just trying to get himself some extra room.
Yeah, really been unable to get anything going run game-wise. Out on the edge a little bit, but inside, trying to run the ball. Cass has not had much success there at all.
And the byproduct of that is you haven't created the opportunity, whether it's through play action pass or just making the defense keep you honest. You haven't seen Brody McWhorter kind of turn his game loose yet either. 2nd and 10. No gain on the first down play. There's a handoff again. It is just tough sledding in the middle of that field right now.
They are attacking Cass up front. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say third down coming up, and as we get ready to watch that, you'll also watch the Breda Pest Management score ticker roll on throughout the day here, including our first game of the day, Cedar Grove over Terrell, 38-6. So the Saints get a win in Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic play here, and of course games also throughout the state here tonight too. We're going to be watching those, including how about Benedictine and Colquitt County?
Oh man,
massive showdown as Savannah and Moultrie get together.
How about Camden and Brunswick? Think anybody's on the Golden House tonight over there?
Oh my goodness, can you believe that?
Man-to-man.
Pressure coming, ball knocked out of McWater's hand, and Lagrange falls on it. They're going to get a touchdown. Rangers knocked the ball free from McWater. Live ball in the end zone recovered, and that's going to be a touchdown. It's a 0 FG touchdown. McWater gets hit, ball falls on him.
Noah Outland just comes off the edge, and they're unable to do anything with him. And you want to talk about dip and bend. We go back to that replay. Watch him go right past the Cass running back. Picture perfect pass rush there by the senior defensive end.
Outland, one of the best players, a part of this defense. You see your extra point presented by Tim Eccles and Fitz Johnson. Don't forget, they'll be on the ballot for you statewide here coming up in November. Did not see who fell on the football.
No, but it definitely starts with number 0. If you watch him, he's one-on-one with the back. And
all right, so Lagrange gets a big score here. It's our electrifying play of the half, presented by Breda Pest Management.
10.
Noah Outland does a great job knocking it for 3, and then A.J. Johnson falls on it. And with that, the Grangers extend their lead.
Does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me. Can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands and improper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition-free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Cash under the table? We'll work it out.
We got the hottest deals in town.
Hey, you cool cats, come on down and see Slick Rick.
At Auto Gallery Chevrolet GMC in Lagrange, we know car buying is a big decision. That's why we're committed to making it easy, transparent, and enjoyable for you. Visit Auto Gallery Chevrolet GMC in Lagrange. I guarantee you'll enjoy your shopping experience.
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
The Mechanical Trades Institute is an opportunity towards personal financial freedom through hands-on and rewarding work. Our school is completely free and gives apprentices the knowledge and skills required to gain access to a lifelong career path. Apprentices learn pipe fitting, plumbing, mechanical service, and welding. They earn money as they learn and graduate with no student debt. Start a career with the Mechanical Trades Institute and change your financial future.
It's our Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. Lagrange leads 14-0 over Cass. It's pretty simple here. Lagrange had a turnover in its first drive but paid no price. Cass, since then, has had 2 turnovers. They have both resulted in Granger touchdowns, and that is the difference here right now. Kick return going to take place at the 10-yard line. Lagrange chases that one down.
I'm telling you now, that
They're
kickoff
flying
team,
around.
that kickoff team, it's coming down.
Ooh. It was Jeremy Barrett on the return, but boy, he had blue jerseys all over him, and now Cass is going to go back on offense, and Still plenty of football left, but certainly in search of some good news.
Yeah, you got to be thinking, what if you're Cass right here? You have a fumbled punt return, have a strip sack, got to regroup. Had a great drive going last time. Got a minute 40, a little bit to work with.
Yeah, so 100 seconds exactly. The kind of quarterback that if you want to go hurry up, you certainly have a chance at success. Cass does spread it wide. It'll be a handoff here. Actually, yeah, Quarter kept it. So on the zone read, kept it himself.
Coach Napier calls timeout.
Yeah, he senses the opportunity with a couple more stops to get the football back. So heads up play there by Matt Napier to at least give himself a chance.
He's trying to go 2 for 1 right here because he took the ball to start the game.
Took the ball, lost that possession. So certainly playing the possession game here right now. You know, you hear the coaches talk all the time about the middle 8. Obviously, even more important when you know you're not going to get the ball to start the second half. And to a degree, also playing defense about, okay, what if Cass does score, then they get the football to start the second half. All of a sudden now, you've really just gifted the momentum back to your opponent if you're on the Lagrange sideline.
Well, I'm just telling you, they are leaving their DBs one-on-one with these wide receivers right now, and Cass is going to have to draw up some stuff here to maybe some rub routes, something to get these guys off coverage a little bit. Really, Brody McWhorter has nowhere to throw the ball right now. They tried to establish a run, had a little bit going. You got a D1 SEC quarterback. I know you want to use them, but these guys got to get off coverage. And right now they're having all kinds of problems with Lagrange up front.
I would say the one guy that's probably created the most space for himself today was probably Chase Tatum, the top end. He's probably been the guy.
They tried him a couple times too. Yep.
Oh, we talk about, guys getting open. And
you don't see Slocum out here. I haven't seen him, and that's a big piece of the puzzle for them.
Yeah, so that's number 7 that Rusty's talking about, Elijah Slocum, important wide receiver. Injuries have been a factor. We think injuries will also be a bit of a factor tomorrow. But, unfortunately, some of the teams in our event this week have not been as healthy to start the season as they would like. If Slocum is out for Cass, that's a big deal. McWhorter trying to find himself some time. Now just has to try to get what he can. Got maybe a yard and a half perhaps, and probably took a big hit in the process.
Yeah, Coach Napier calls another timeout really quick. They're looking at field position.
I was mentioning, receivers trying to get open. Obviously think about, what Scobie White once did here for Cass, but you also think about guys like Kevin and Devin Henderson, the pair of
boy, I tell you what, man,
just what an amazing career they put together here at Cass, and we've obviously had the pleasure of broadcasting them throughout the years, and just great memories of their time here. While I have a moment, let me give a shout out to our friends at Game Day Preps. If you're ready to take your high school team's program to the next level, Game Day Preps is the total stats solution to elevate your program. Game Day Preps can easily track stats and records as they happen. You can broadcast live feeds for fans, parents, and coaches to follow anywhere on any device with no signups. Generate detailed reports for players, coaches, and recruiters, boost player visibility, and refine team strategy. Get the competitive edge your teams need with Game Day Preps. Visit GameDayPreps.com to learn more. All right, third down coming up. McWhorter has time, and it's incomplete. Had time, had his target, but Jadarius Render did a good job separating would-be receiver with the football, and that's going to force fourth down. That's a big play by Render.
It's a great throw, great ball, but a great play by the Lagrange defender to dislodge it right at contact. You see Slocum took a shot there, but you give McWhorter time. He's able to throw a strike, but still Lagrange defensively made a play to force the punt.
No, it's Chase Tatum, the tight end that took the
Chase
shot.
Tatum, correct. Yep. He's punting now this time.
So if you're Cass, you probably got what you wanted right there. The play, the moment, it's really just a good play by Render. Low punt. Rain coming down here a little bit right now. Ball
How about that rain Wednesday night?
Oh, my gosh, it was raining so hard for such a long time, and obviously multiple lightning delays. Always a challenge in the south in the early portion of the year. We certainly dealt with some of that. Now 1:09 to go, first half. And by the way, this timeout here brought to you by Kia of Lagrange.
That's a
break in the action. Kia of Lagrange.
Big building.
Of course, I'm no doubt loving to see their Grangers here as a part of all of this today.
See what they do if they work the sidelines. They had to use their timeout. See if they work the sidelines here to try to get something here with 1:09 left.
Barber will run. He was dangerous earlier. Spin still on his feet. 35 into Colonel territory.
Boy, he's dangerous with his legs.
He really is. See it again.
127 yards, first and 10 of McCann's 35.
Barber's got one back to his left, three receivers to the left side. Barber going to run again, trying to find a block. Gets down to about the 26. Picked up about 5 on that run by Barber. Actually, they give him a lot more than that. Excuse me.
Fell forward there. Lagrange calls their final timeout.
Yeah, I didn't give him nearly enough credit. No, they put him in the 26. Yeah, but 9 yards. So 50 seconds here left in our half. Don't forget, while we go to halftime, plenty of coverage from busy weekend Georgia high school football. Also fun and festivities from Barron Stadium. We'll have all that coming up. Georgia Chambers and Kaylee Manziel during the halftime here coming up. And by the way, this timeout is brought to you by MC Heating and Air. Appreciate them being a part of our Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic coverage here today. Our friends at MC Heating and Air.
Zaxby's famous fingers and 12 signature sauces, priced some after giving your local Zaxby's. There are 3 Zaxby's in Rome, where you can enjoy Zaxby's after the game.
Ball rests at the 26-yard line.
Yeah. I mean, Cass, you got to make a stop here. I mean, they've got to have this. You don't want to give up anything late. You're still in this game. Don't want to give up anything this last minute. Need to get a stop here.
4 across defensively for the Colonels. Pressure coming on Barber. Barber way back in the backfield. Shakes free. Now will throw it sideline, and it is caught. That's a first down. Clock will stop to move the chains. Calvin Snowberger makes the catch. They'll rush up and try to clock it here. Showing 40 seconds remaining.
Job Barber extending that play.
Actually, they're going to just take it and snap it and go here. Barber now will throw it out of bounds. So they lost about 7 seconds on that. Nobody was there, and Barber was a little bothered.
He's been holding his right hand. I saw him on the sidelines pointing to it. Took a shot earlier in the game. I think maybe his ring finger there in the middle. Not doing anything right now, but in between series, had somebody looking at it, saw him pointing to it up in the crowd. You see him wiping his hands off. See him right hand.
We're in the red zone here, presented by Iron Workers, Local 387. 33 seconds remaining. It is second down. Clock more important than the down. Flag comes in. Barber doesn't know it. He throws. That's a pass complete. Wrestled down there around the 7-yard line, but the penalty is what's going to be the big deal here.
Big penalty field position wise.
Illegal formation on the
it's a
offense.
False start
5-yard
on
penalty.
Lagrange.
Still second down.
Shouldn't that have been a
I don't know why,
dead ball?
I don't know why that wasn't a dead ball.
You know, listen, it's season opener for all of us, unless I'm, and there's a very good chance I'm the one that misunderstood something. In most instances, when there's confusion, I'm the one who's confused. I have learned that.
2nd and 15 coming out of the false start.
Barber looking left, throwing, plenty of arm, open receiver, and it's a touchdown. Calvin Snowberger pulls it in. Rangers add to their lead. It's a 0 FG touchdown, and Lagrange is looking good.
Great clock management, great conversion, great throw. Watch Barber. He's waiting on him to come. Clear that. Throws it up for his guy.
The scoring summary brought to you by Breda Pest Management. High snap. PAT is going to be wide left. Our extra point, of course, presented by Tim Eccles and Fitz Johnson on the ballot statewide coming up in November. So 20-0 is the score. 18 seconds to go. And a Lagrange team that for the first time since 2009 won 10 games in 2024. Made what I would think would have to be described as a surprising run through the playoffs. They had not been to the quarterfinals since 2008. Made it all the way to the semifinals. Rusty, they have picked up where they left off and then some.
Let me tell you something. Defensively and offensively, I love Dylan Barber right now, but watch this kickoff team. I mean, this kickoff team comes down with some bad intentions.
It's 30 seniors.
30.
We're not talking like, 5, I should say like 6, what used to be 7A, may be 7A one day again. 6A, football with like 150 guys. That's an impressive veteran presence here. Kick will be returnable, bounces at the 15. A little bit of a seam there for a moment, finally the 31. And that's where Cass will have it. Khalil Charles had the kick return here. Just 13 seconds left.
Yeah, you can get the ball here second half. I'm Cass. I'm taking a knee right here, getting to the half and try to regroup. It's going to be a conversation of Steve Gates of what if. And then we've got to block these guys up front. Man, Lagrange is impressive. You start talking about teams that they're not playing at the Benz tonight, but you never know down the line.
Yeah, they could certainly have their spot in there by the time this season comes to a close. And speaking of coming to a close, first half comes to a close. Brody McWhorter content to let the clock run out. Steve Gates going to take his team back to the locker room. Talk about it here. Lagrange, though, is floating off the field. They love how this first 24 minutes has worked out for them. So, big halftime show coming up. Georgia Chambers, Kaylee Manziel, they'll be standing by. We'll give you them right after this.
We're here for the walk-offs, the shutouts, the moments that make you nervous, and the ones that keep you coming back for more. No matter what your favorite Braves moment is, it happens here. Peachtree Sports Network. The Braves play here. Your Atlanta Dream are on Peachtree Sports Network. Looking for some payback against Golden State? See all the big shots and star power here. Dream Valkyries, Sunday at 8:30 on Peachtree Sports Network.
When I think about what has the power to change the world, it could all be said with just one word: kindness. And what if we lived with a heart of kindness? What if we loved like we've been loved? If that's all that we're remembered for, well, let that be enough. So when they stand and tell the stories of who we are and what we've done, of 1,000 things that we could leave behind us. And what if we lived with a heart of kindness? What if we loved like we've been loved? If that's all that we're remembered for, well, let that word be kindness.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. Army ROTC. Be all you can be with Army ROTC. The Mechanical Trades Institute. The best kept secret everyone should know about. Score Atlanta. Check out our brand new website at scoreatl.com. Georgia high school sports have never looked better. And by Zaxby's. Zaxby's famous fingers and sauces. Try some after the game at your local Zaxby's.
And welcome into the halftime show brought to you by Sports Turf. I'm Kelly Mansell with Georgia Chambers, and it's now time for our head coach's interview presented by the National Guard. We are joined by the head coach of Rome High School, John Reed. Coach, since you've taken over the program, I feel like we know what to expect. A deep postseason run, a well-coached, well-disciplined team. Despite turnover in roster, how are you able to consistently implement a winning culture into this program?
Well, I think we have a good plan, and we're allowed to hire good coaches. We have to keep a good coaching staff around, and so they buy into the plan. The kids, there's tradition now, so I think it filters down through the community, and that's what the expectations are.
You coached a lot of really strong teams, including a 2017 state champion team. But when you look at the squad that you have this year, what makes them unique?
I don't know yet.
Hoping tonight will help you figure that out.
I hope everything that we find out that are unique tonight is all good things. But, you know, starting in that first game, we've had some good scrimmages. We got to go to Gainesville, and we went against Douglas County last week. So I think we found some things out. But as you see from all these Corky Kell games, and I think that's the excitement of the Corky Kell is that you never know what you're going to get right out of the bat. And there's so much, I don't know if it's pressure, but it's so much excitement going to that first game.
Creekside is led by senior quarterback Caden Benson. He led the Seminoles last year, rushing and passing yards. What are some keys to neutralizing a dual threat quarterback?
Well, I think it's like we told our defensive ends in our meeting just about an hour ago, affect the quarterback. So we want to get him off his spot, make sure he's not feeling comfortable back there, and then contain the quarterback. And then the third thing would be sack the quarterback. So they understand in those three things that if they because he's very mobile and he can run the ball. He ran for 1,000 yards, as you mentioned, so it's going to be tough.
You have a lot of strong underclassmen. How have these younger players pushed your senior class?
Well, I think it's a little of both. I think the senior class have really helped them get adapted. They're really good players, but they haven't been in big games yet. And that's part of our process and our plan was to get them exposed to Douglas County or at Gainesville in their OTA early so that they would get used to this kind of competition they're going to see tonight.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck tonight. We'll be back right after this short break.
What sets us apart? At the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office, we are guided by the mission to serve and protect through dedication, professionalism, active cooperation with the community, and respect for human dignity. Our core values, integrity, service, respect, and progress, are at the heart of everything we do. If you are ready to make a difference, join our law enforcement family. Start your career today with the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office by applying at gogcso.com. Your future awaits.
Switch your termite protection to Breda, and your rate is locked in for 10 years.
Not only do we protect you from termites coming back at no charge, we fix the damage at no charge, but the remainder of your contract is free if termites ever come back.
Breda Pest Management is better at keeping termites out, and they'll lock in your termite rate for 10 years.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JETC equips apprentices with the knowledge and skills required to start a rewarding career in the sheet metal industry with programs in HVAC, industrial welding, and testing, adjusting, and balancing. Training is 100% free and allows apprentices to earn as they learn. Journeymen graduate with no student debt and have the potential to earn more than most college graduates. Visit our website to learn more about this opportunity at careersinsheetmetal.com.
Transform your outdoor space with Inspired Landscape Solutions Incorporated. With 34 years of expertise and a passion for innovation, we offer full-service maintenance, custom hardscape, outdoor living design, irrigation, lighting, and so much more. Whether you're envisioning a serene garden retreat or a vibrant outdoor entertainment area, we bring your dreams to life. Inspire Landscape Solutions, where creativity meets craftsmanship.
Welcome back to the Sports Turf Halftime Show. I'm Kaylee Mansell with Georgia Chambers, and it's now time for our halftime guest presented by the IBEW Local 613. You're joined by Kenny Mullins, the business manager for GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Kenny, can you tell us a little bit about the different skills that Georgia Construction Careers has to offer, and is it just limited to the state of Georgia?
No, there's welding, there's pipe fitting, there's electricians. We have 19 different crafts that we do. There's cement work, millwrights, and no, it's not. Once you complete your apprenticeship, then you can take your credentials and you can go anywhere in the United States, and it just carries over. You just go into that whatever city you want to go to, sign up at that local union, and then they'll put you to work.
And right now, with school being back, this is prime time recruiting season. So when you're talking to students, like, what's the thing that resonates with them most about joining something like Georgia Construction Careers?
Well, I think with students, they want to hear about how much money they're going to make. Yeah. So if you can go without a college debt, get your training, and make over $100,000 when you get out of your apprenticeship. It's a lot of money.
It's been a treat having you out for the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. Tomorrow will be our final day in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. What role will you guys play there tomorrow?
So we built the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The Georgia Construction Careers, all of our affiliates, we built that Mercedes-Benz. So we're glad. It's always fun to go back and, in a sense, admire our work that we did.
A lot of these high school athletes won't necessarily go to play at the next level. What conversations will you have, or what do you think makes them attractive for careers at Georgia Construction Careers?
Hey, come join us, make over $100K a year, have a pension, have health care for your family, and enjoy what you do. Go build your future.
Thank you, Kenny, for joining us here today. Don't go far. Coming up after the break, we'll hear from a member of the National Guard.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Call the number on your screen.
Call 1-800-691-7629.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
And welcome back to the halftime show brought to you by Sports Turf. I'm Kaylee Mansell with Georgia Chambers, and we have a very special guest here with us. It's Staff Sergeant David Gaskey. David, can you tell us a little bit about the primary differences between the Georgia Army National Guard and just the Army?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Georgia Army National Guard is a state and federal mission, which means that we get activated for things like hurricanes and stuff to assist the governor, while we also can get activated federally to help out the president.
Yeah, you guys have been here with us all week long. You've got games set up for the kids out there. When they come and talk to you about the Georgia Army National Guard, what are some of the things that really resonate with them about joining potentially?
Yeah, one of the biggest things is being able to stay home locally, go to college or learn a trade, and then also serve and protect the community.
What kind of opportunities does the Guard offer for both high school and college students?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is that we have over 100 different career options, so they can go into really any field that they want to, and then additionally we provide 100% tuition for any state school here in Georgia, so they can go earn their degree as well.
For those wanting to find out more, where should they go?
They should go to thenationalguard.com/Georgia or 1-800-GO-GUARD.
Thank you so much for joining us and for your service.
Thank you.
Coming up after the break, we'll hear from the band that's on the field right now before both teams head to the field to kick off the second half.
your band, let's slow it down and play a little bit of
Man, you know how to do this? Man, I don't even know. I was flipping burgers last week.
violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, impersonating a craftsman.
Skilled trade unions are well-trained career pros, not part-timers. Construction is a rewarding and lucrative career with the advancement potential, but you have to do it the right way with the right training. Learn how you can be a pro. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting six figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back, we're going to do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
World-class training isn't just for leaders well on their way. It's for the ones just getting their footing. Seasoned pros learn through real-world experience. But so do young cadets. No other career path gives you leadership instruction that's so tested, so successful, so early. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
And welcome back, everybody. You get a chance to see one of our marching bands, part of the great halftime festivities that's taking place here. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel, as our first half has come to conclusion, getting ready to start second half action here coming up in just a moment. Good look at the crowds that have kind of traveled in here, too. That's the Cass sideline that you see there. Impressive showings from both of these fan bases, and on the field, it's been an impressive showing from Lagrange. Rusty, their defense has been relentless, and they've taken advantage of Cass turnovers, and that's why there's the deficit of 20-0 that we see.
Yeah, I think one of the things right now, you look at Cass, 20 carries for 99 yards, just really unable to get anything, only 16 yards passing. Lagrange up front has been dominating.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the rushing total just kind of a function of how many times they've had to try to rush it, just simply because of the fact they have not been able to throw it with much success here thus far. But obviously, still 2 quarters for that to change. Speaking of those first half highlights, let's go back and see how it went down in the game's first 24 minutes here. We'll show you some of this. It obviously got started on the game's first play. Our halftime highlights brought to you by the Mechanical Trades Institute. What a running play by Dylan Barber, the quarterback. Picked up more than 50 yards on that first down run. But then after that, it's a trick play here. Antonio Colton takes the jet sweep handoff, then throws the touchdown pass to Jordan Stringer.
Yeah, that comes off a turnover, off a drop punt return, and Lagrange strikes quick on a fake punt, a halfback pass, and scores pretty quickly after that.
Then Peyton Davis, the running back, would score after that. There would be a sack for Cass, though. Eli Simmons got that. But returning the favor, it's going to be Brody McWhorter who got sacked. A great play but by the outstanding linebacker, defensive end for Lagrange. I'm talking about Noah Outman. He's the one that forced that fumble. Then Lagrange got the force on 4th down, got the ball back.
Good job here by Barber, evading the rush. Converts a 3rd down right there, late in the half.
They believe he's an underrated quarterback, and the way that he's played thus far today, would certainly show that to be the case, including a nice throw there to a guy that's been a hot target from him all day long.
Here comes a touchdown late in the half right here. He drops this right in the bucket.
Beautiful throw, nice catch by Calvin Snowberger, and that's kind of how it came to an end there. Lagrange fans having a lot to like. Coach Matt Napier certainly plenty to be happy about too, but they know that Cass is a team capable of producing a comeback, and they'll have their work cut out for them if they want to get that done here right now. So second half is coming up. We're at Barron Stadium in Rome. Creekside and Rome will be our nightcap, but 2 more quarters of this before we get to that. So stay with us, please. We got more football coming up.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Call the number on your screen.
Call 1-800-691-7629.
Second half, we're about to get underway here. Our Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. Lagrange leads Cass by a score of 20-0. Cass, you see them coming back. Actually, Lagrange, I mean to say, you see them going through their exercises and stretching. Cass making its way back onto the field here. So we'll get back to action here coming up in just a moment. Rusty, we were saying this a moment ago, but certainly an impressive showing by Lagrange in the first half. Impressive showing by Lagrange in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the speed, and listen, 30 seniors, this is a team, this is a well-oiled machine, and they take advantage of mistakes, and Cass gave them a couple, and when you play a team like this athletically, and they took advantage, and I love the play call by Matt Napier coming out of the turnover. After that, Cass had a lot of momentum. It's 0-0 at that point. They come back with a halfback pass, and really the game kind of turned on that. If you're Cass, you look at that, and it really lost a lot of momentum there. You had a great defensive stop and get the ball back at midfield. You have two deep backs run into each other. Both were calling for a fair catch, and that's something they'll go over and over and over on tape like that. That cannot happen. They run at each other, turnover, and they really just snowballed for them. So, listen, you got to be able to run the football. But the one thing I can tell you, looking up here, scheme-wise, is Lagrange is man-to-man on these Cass receivers. Somebody's got to get off coverage, and we talked about it. You brought it up. Chase Tatum, the tight end. They went to him late there. The Kennesaw State committed tight end. Got to get him involved in the second half.
Got a little bit of time here before we get back to our third quarter action. Looking ahead to tomorrow, 4 big games at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. There is no better venue to host high school football than that. We're obviously pleased about being there. And one of the cool things about it is the way in which it showcased the high school game, the big wall of helmets. Everyone knows certainly that. It's kind of the sort of unofficial home for our Georgia High School Football Hall of Fame, where so many of those artifacts are also presented too. What a great day to be in Mercedes-Benz tomorrow.
A lot of traditionals, the Brookwoods and the Keatrons, the Waltons, and North Gwinnett's, all those schools. What about tonight when you go to bed? If you play for St. Pius and Dunwoody, you're going to play in Mercedes-Benz tomorrow. A lifetime opportunity for those two programs to start off kickoff at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, St. Pius and Dunwoody. And then I think everybody's going to be tuning in, all day long. But you start looking at Brookwood and Houston County into McEachern and Walton. And then end up at the end of the day with Douglas County and North Gwinnett. Man, great football and one of the best facilities in the world, really.
I'll also say this, it is traditional for a Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic to have something like North Gwinnett against Douglas County, two teams that are separated by a good number of miles.
Right.
It's unique to have Dunwoody St. Pius because these are two teams that are very close to each other. And in normal circumstances, perhaps they wouldn't play very much, even though they are, very close by. But a lot of those players will also know each other too. There'll be some overlap there.
No question about it. That part of the city there, and I just think both fan bases will be well representative, and it's a great opportunity, man. I see it every year. There's a lot of kids that they're gonna make a lifetime memory tomorrow, win or lose, to get into that building. Good job by those communities to make the investment to get their teams in there. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the 2 games we're obviously going to do at the end of the day, and I'm excited for everybody. I think McEachern's a team that. It's kind of flying under the radar right now.
I was going to say the same thing.
I'm telling you now.
And,
Reem Reed.
Our colleague Craig Sager Jr. from Score Atlanta obviously had McEachern in his preseason top 10 ballot.
Yeah.
And, it remains to be seen if that turns out to be true. But I totally agree with you that there is more talent there than folks realize. This is kind of year 3 for Kareem Reed. He's already won a region championship. He's had a winning season in both his years with the Indians. But I don't know that he's quite had a team as talented as this one is. I think that Walton and McEachern tomorrow, obviously Walton.
Daniel Bruner, well coached.
Yeah, I think that there is a chance that's a much better game than folks realize. We're going to have our second half kickoff here. It's presented by Zaxby's. Of course, Zaxby's was the food, once again, that everybody enjoyed as part of our Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic luncheon a couple of Mondays ago. A wonderful way to start the season here. The kick takes place again. Returnable here for Cass. Leaping across the 20 and then running out of bounds past the 25. It was Khalil Charles one. Actually, that was not. Let me correct myself on that. On the carry that time for Cass, it was Khalil Charles. So,
see what adjustments they make here. A long time. I watched Cass's coaches. They stood outside the locker room for a long time at halftime. They were huddled up. Steve Gates is talking to every assistant coach, really trying to figure out how do we want to attack this Lagrange team. What do we want to do in second half? Let's see what they came up with and see what kind of wrinkles they put on the table here to see get back in this game early in the second half.
One of the things we're seeing is a little bit different is DeMarcus Ballinger looks like he's going to get in and get a chance to play some running back, and he's going to take a sweep here. That's a different player than we've seen in the backfield for them. Had to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage, so maybe a little bit more of a shiftier running back, trying to get him involved.
Yep, trying to get some space there. Can you make a guy miss and a little quick pitch out on the edge? And it's just hard going, man. Lagrange is so fast defensively.
Ballinger's a junior. That was his first carry of the game. Cass not in a hurry, don't need to be.
By one. Trip set here at the bottom of your screen. They tried to spread the numbers out in the first half and run out of this formation. See what they do here. 3 by 1.
It's Stringer, the defensive back for Lagrange, bottom part of your screen. That's the Georgia State commit. Here's Brody McWhorter to run. He gets positive yardage up to the 34. That's going to make third down coming up, but it's going to be third and very manageable.
The danger of playing man-to-man is the running off the coverage and the quarterback hurting you with his legs. That's exactly what he did right there to pick up about 5 yards to make it much more manageable. But if you're going to play man-to-man at times, you're going to take a chance. You got to have somebody that can run the quarterback down, and right now he's able to get on the edge.
So a play like this is what you got to convert, not just for the first down, but to keep them honest as far as, allowing you to have quarterback run. Make them play on the outside here and show them that you can connect on something. Man goes in motion. McWhorter's going to go down, though. He's going to be sacked. Jamarcus Benton there to bring him down.
Yeah, they come off. They blitz off the backside. Jamarcus Benton comes off. Lagrange all over them right now. You see him coming off the edge on the backside. Nobody picks him up.
This is a very good Lagrange defense.
This is a very, very good Lagrange defense. Could not be more impressed with the product I'm seeing right now out of Coach Napier and his team.
Jordan Stringer back to return the punt here.
Got a cover right here with him, the Georgia State commit.
Tatum gets the punt away. Ball
great roll.
Goes away from Stringer and will take a Colonel roll at the 27-yard line. That's where it falls dead. So Lagrange gets it back. Big stand for them defensively. 10-13 to go, third quarter play. Rangers are looking good. We'll be right back after a timeout.
The Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic is brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today. And presented by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Electrify your career.
Zaxby's just dropped new lemon pepper, so you can get that zesty lemon and cracked black pepper flavor you love on the chicken you love. Lemon pepper fans, this one's for you. Zaxby's Lemon Pepper Dry Rub. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
At Breda, we made the decision to invest in infrared cameras. The infrared gives us a unique advantage because we can pinpoint that termite damage. We then use our microwave technology, which allows us to localize our treatment so we can get rid of those termites quicker before that damage becomes extensive. And that saves you a lot of money as a homeowner.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
So when I got in the program, I was 18. At the time, I think the most appealing thing was, I could start out going to school and making money while I'm going to school. Not coming out in 4 or 5 years, $30,000, $40,000 in debt. That was the biggest attraction to this. I got in 3 days after graduation and hadn't looked back.
At Zaxby's, you can lemon pepper any way you want. Get lemon pepper wings, lemon pepper sandwiches, or lemon pepper fingers. Now that's lemon pepper perfection. Zaxby's Lemon Pepper Dry Rub. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Hey, I'm Steve Langley with Smart Local 85. We are proud to sponsor the third quarter of tonight's matchup. Just like these two teams have some of the best talent in the state of Georgia, Smart Local 85 represents the best in sheet metal, air, rail, and transportation workers across Georgia. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the third quarter.
Thank you so much, Steve, and welcome back to third quarter action, everybody, with Lagrange leading 20-0. Rangers going back on offense here. Nice play defensively by Cass that time, though. Going to wrap up Davis, the ball carrier, right at the line of scrimmage.
Adjustment there you see by Cass.
And Malachi Harris in on that stop.
They had a lot of people in the box right there. It looks like they're daring Lagrange to take a shot. Credit the Lagrange t-shirts. 1991 USA Today national champs, 11 state championship teams at Lagrange.
High snap for Barber. Barber rolling right, looking to throw, and it's incomplete. That ball was deflected. I think that was Josh Love. They got a paw on that. Someone did. I believe it was Love. So, two pretty stout defensive plays for Cass here thus far. And to go back to what you were saying about Lagrange, yeah, people need to understand, especially if you're
national champion.
Yeah,
USA Today.
If you're not of a certain age, Lagrange once dominated the state and had
highest classification,
a national reputation in the highest classification. They absolutely once did, and that's kind of what Coach Napier is looking to get him back to. Barber kind of throws back to the left. That's a pass complete to Stringer. Stringer going to be
interesting here. Napier went for this in the first half.
Yeah, he's short, right?
Yeah, it's going to be about 4th and 3, maybe 4th and long 4.
It was blocked by the 10th for Lagrange.
Yeah, he's going to bring them off. Gonna punt. Good job by Cass. Good answer right there. Could get some good field position. Force a 3 and out.
Barber's first punt was very short. Second one was terrific. Third one was kind of a low line drive. So dealer's choice here for the fourth time. Cass has also got bodies all over the line of scrimmage. They coming after this? It appears they are. Barber gets a pretty good one away. It's certainly high. Going to be fair caught. A different punt returner, by the way, this time, too, for Cass. That was DeMarcus Ballinger once again as the punt returner there once again.
Got the ball to 30. Good job there. 3 and out.
And before we get back to live action again, let me give a shout out to our friends at Breda Pest Management. You can switch your termite protection to Breda Pest Management. Your rate can be locked in for 10 years. Breda's protected homes from termites for over 50 years. Protect your home with confidence. Breda, they handle bugs and critters.
Thank you, football gods, for this weather.
Yes,
I thought we were about to roll up into 100 degrees out on this turf.
It has been very nice.
Fantastic.
Also, there was some kind of clouds when I first arrived, kind of hanging over here, but it looks great right now.
Yeah.
McWhorter going to throw, and that is incomplete. There was a big hit leveled by Stringer. I believe prior to that, Khalil Charles could not hold on to it. That's an incomplete pass, but really good coverage by Stringer, who's been as advertised. Looks like right now Del McGee's getting himself a pretty good one.
Yeah, even when they make a play, everything ends physical. Watch him come up striking, strip the ball. Good job fighting through it. Yeah, Del McGee's got him. It'll be a good decision on him. I'm sure the offensive coach is wanting to play wide receiver.
Right.
I think he's more natural at DB.
This is a guy that, look, had the committable offer. Del McGee's a coach they trust, goes to Georgia State. You know, you talk to people around there. Had he stayed on, the open recruiting market a little longer, hey, maybe other opportunities would have come his way, but a great chance to play in-state for a coach that folks like. Once again, Khalil Charles finding a hard, time there. I think they felt really good about having the opportunity at Georgia State and not necessarily keeping options open the way that sometimes you see prospects do.
Talk about West Georgia. Where's Del McGee from? Columbus area.
That's exactly right.
Close to Lagrange. Got some roots there. And using his connections in that area to secure. Look at the bottom of the screen. I mean, he is man-to-man. They're man-to-man across the board.
He is in his face mask, Stringer is. McWhorter rolling left.
No, nobody's open.
Really not. He is going to run, though. Tried to extend for the first down. And he's going to be right at the line. They're going to give it to him, yeah.
Good.
Boy, toughness by McWhorter that time.
I love to see that, man. I absolutely. You love that out of your quarterback. You got to have a yard. Stick your face up in there. Man, Lagrange was blanketing everybody. Nobody's open. But watch him put his foot in the ground here and finish this off.
That's tough, man.
Oh, man.
That's tough.
That right there wins a locker room. That's how you – and he's been doing that for years, but that's how you win a locker room. You gut it out and get a first down and take a lick to make the move the chains.
8-11 third quarter. McWhorter takes the snap. With time, will throw. He's got a man! Incomplete. Ja Anderson was the intended target. That's the first target today for Anderson.
And he was on top of the receiver, just unable to connect there. But I love the play call by Cass to take a shot right there on first down, take the deep shot. They got to do a little more of that. But that was a good job there.
They had it blocked up well. McWhorter had
great
time.
pass protection. Yep. And Anderson gets behind the sophomore wide receiver, gets behind the Lagrange. Got to have. I like what I see out of 5. This sophomore. See if we can get him more involved in the second half. But I love the play call taking a shot there.
2nd and 10. Lagrange shows pressure. Here they come. That's a pass complete. Hit right away. Javier Easter read it well. Brought him down.
What is the old word? Hats to the ball.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. When you see somebody and then you see a blue flash, they are running to the football and they're getting people to the ground.
So 3rd down coming up. Jeremy Barrett, by the way, got the catch. Barrett has been a comfortable target for McWhorter tonight. Good look at Colton Graham, the center there.
Blitz. Good pickup.
McWhorter throwing sideline, incomplete.
Good job picking up the blitz, just unable to convert right there. But they brought the house on third and 7.
Going to be 4th down.
Yeah, unable to convert.
Going to have to bring on Chase Tatum once again to punt.
I still kind of like the possession. You take a shot deep, you try to get the ball. You got the ball in your quarterback's hands. Let's see if he can make some plays for us. Now you got to come down and cover on Stringer. Punt returner.
Tatum stands at his 28. Low snap, picks it up off the ground. That's trouble. He has to fall on it. That's all he could do. But the snap bounced. It could have been worse than that. And that's going to be a big field position win for Lagrange that was all over it after the low snap. Granger's got good field position. We'll see him on offense when we come back.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Call the number on your screen.
Call 1-800-691-7629.
We're here for the walk-offs, the shutouts, the moments that make you nervous, and the ones that keep you coming back for more. No matter what your favorite Braves moment is, it happens here. Peachtree Sports Network. The Braves play here. Your Atlanta Dream are on Peachtree Sports Network. Looking for some payback against Golden State? See all the big shots and star power here. Dream Valkyries, Sunday at 8:30 on Peachtree Sports Network.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Georgia High School Sports Daily, live weekdays at noon on the Peachtree Sports Network and Atlanta News First. Georgia's Rome Office of Tourism, where the rivers meet and the mountains begin. Inspired Landscape Solutions, the smallest details make the biggest difference. And by the Georgia Elite Classic, Georgia's largest all-star games.
Welcome back. Third quarter action continues. Lagrange leads 20-0 over Cass. 7:10 to go in the quarter. Rangers back on offense. Nice play in the backfield, though, defensively by Cass.
Zach Stiles, number 24, sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, that's a guy that Steve Gates has said, this may be kind of the sleeper, the sort of unknown guy on our team.
Good job fighting through the block.
Thinks he could make a name for himself over the course of the season.
Nice tackle.
Pass complete here. Another good play defensively. This time it's Tyson Buford that comes up and makes the stop.
It's early, but I like what I see out of the Cass defense, how they're reacting in the second half.
The energy level, defense, not to say the energy was bad in the first half, but there is clearly a bit of a spark, maybe that's the better way to say it.
Yep.
In the second half, it wasn't present in the first.
Showing some fight. What you want to see out of your team?
3rd and 15. Barber, hard count. Looks back towards his sideline. Get some information from his head coach, Matt Napier. 3 down lineman for Cass. Deep safety, 4 receivers spread across for Lagrange. Barber, deep drop, gets rid of it in the air. Flag came in. Is that a legal lineman downfield? Is that what that is?
Probably is, as long as he waited. You see 51 standing right there, not to call somebody out, but he's standing a little bit down the field. Where that is thrown is typically, because it's a long developing play.
Yeah, Barber dropped deep. It's a deep drop.
Yeah, he's trying to buy time there. He was unable. The running back got caught up in the traffic, was unable to get clear. It just threw the whole play off. Good job there by Cass, man.
And the eligible receiver downfield on the offense. Kept going to decline. Well,
Gotta
4th
be
down.
real careful here. I'm not sure. See what they do here. They're going to play. Put somebody back.
Yeah, so ball rests at 35. You need 15 yards for it. Ballinger is kind of a punt safety type return man. Barber tries to do a little sand wedge. Bounces at the 5, and it goes in the end zone. Barber got what he wanted, but if you're one of the guys trying to touch that up, it's just so hard.
Yes. Think about your feet.
To let your momentum not just stop right there.
And he checked that up.
That's about a 56 degree from
no doubt.
Barber.
No
I
doubt
guess.
about it. It was a backspin. Watch this. Oh. Man. Good job there. Good punt by Barber. Good try. I've been impressed with Barber, man. I
have too.
He's just athletic.
Every coaching staff stands up for their guys, and they should.
Sure.
But they very much believe that Barber has not gotten the credit he deserves.
They come back out and take a couple shots here.
Flag comes in.
Before the snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
It's so frustrating from the Cass side of it. You cannot play behind the chains against this defense. You got to have positive yards on first down. You already start 1st and 15 against a ferocious front 7 right here, for lack of a better term.
They've been great.
They will get after you, man. They keep rotating bodies in. That's what's impressive.
A lot of depth on this team. Quarter going to pitch left side. It was Jerome Sanders on the carry. He was wrapped up pretty quickly, though.
That puts you, without that penalty, you're about 2nd and 6.
That's right. That's a good point.
2nd and 7, and start behind the chains, man. A penalty will absolutely kill you to start a drive.
20 points is 3 possessions. Don't need to be in a hurry yet, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. The way the defense have played the first 2 series, they need some points right here. Their defense is playing hard for them. Wide trips right here.
Stringer, the defender on that side. Ooh, had a chance to connect. Zeke Hilton, the wide receiver, just lost his footing, but had a chance to make something happen on that.
Yeah, I think McWhorter just threw that behind him. I think he'd love to have that ball back. He was able to set his feet, just was unable to hit. You want to hit that guy up the field in motion.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it says it's going to be 3rd and 12. It is Rome and Creekside coming up after we're done. I think that game's going to be outstanding. Big fan of Maurice Dixon, like John Reed. Respect both those coaches. See McWhorter there in the middle of the field. His cousin, of course, Bayer is his left tackle. This is a dump off and a completion.
Look at the hats.
And Lagrange just flies to it. Jeremy Bayer was there to catch it. But, man, there are blue shirts all around him. And that's going to be 4th down.
7 blue jerseys within 2 yards of him when he got up.
Yeah, Lagrange defensively has got to be happy with how it's played tonight. Stringer will be back to receive this once again. He's had a really strong night. Maybe get the chance to also kind of showcase some of the athleticism of the punt return.
Good punt.
That won't be it. Beautiful punt by Tatum. Takes another, and Tatum has been kind of quietly a little bit of a weapon for Cass, because he's gotten the sort of kick that can get the roll that creates some extra yardage, and kind of pins Lagrange back once again.
Me being picky this week, seeing a lot of guys just let the ball bounce. Go up and get it. If you can fair catch it, go get it.
Let me also say this break in the action is brought to you by Visit Lagrange, and I want to encourage you to visit that beautiful part of the state if you have a chance.
Every special team coach in the country is telling me right now, we don't want our kid to fumble it, but man, you can save some yards if you go up and get that. Stringer, great athlete. I just see these guys go up and get that and save you 10, 12 yards.
You know, it would be an interesting, I don't mean to nerd out here, but it would be an interesting analysis to do of hey, given the ratio of expected turnovers compared to the the longer
Before the snap,
field,
false start on the
what
offense.
really is
5-yard
more
penalty,
damage.
still first down.
People know the damage of a potential turnover. That's why you avoid it.
Yep.
But you know what? Long fields have their own penalty too. That's an interesting point.
That was at least 10, 12 yards there. And saw one of the coaches approach him coming off the field. We got to have that one maybe.
For folks who track, like, say, expected points and things like that, it obviously goes down precipitously the more you the farther back you
especially in high school.
Especially in high school.
Yeah.
There is a handoff crossing the 30. It's Caden Thomas. Yeah, the Lagrange uniforms are sharp.
That's sharp, man. It's always been that way. Long tradition. Got that kind of Cowboys helmet looking.
Yeah. It's good comparison.
I'm going to show my age here. I'm from Rome, and West Rome, which was a perennial powerhouse up here. They had the old diamond with a WR, just like Lagrange has right there, the star.
If you think about like long winning streaks, multi-year championship runs, West Rome and Lagrange would also be comparable in that respect too.
West Rome went 59-1.
Amazing.
They went 59-1.
A school that no longer exists, correct?
No longer exists. Well, they're half of them will be playing tonight.
Yeah, that's right. You see Barber.
One of the greatest stats ever. Didn't get scored on until the 12th game of the year.
How about
85?
That's really something.
Yep. I used to pull up here and watch a lot of high school football. Keith Henderson, Garrison Hurst. A lot of guys played in this building.
It was a thrill a couple of years ago to welcome Keith Henderson to our Georgia High School Football Hall of Fame.
I told him, I said, Keith, I was there when y'all played that region championship. I was probably 11, 12 years old.
Great to get a chance to meet him and talk to him.
Oh, my gosh. Good buddy Charles Winslet, probably watching. He coached some of those teams. I think he coached the 85 state championship team with them.
2nd and 8. Handoff again to Thomas. Thomas breaks a couple of tackles, gets across midfield into Colonel territory, and get a man down for Cass. Excuse me.
Big 75. Sebastian. Yeah, Castaneda.
Castaneda, that's right.
A big man in the middle. He has been a handful to deal with. Nothing's too bad there.
Yeah,
physical run.
Important defensive lineman for Cass.
Coach Gates walking out there. And
while we are taking a look at Castaneda and hoping for the best for his injury situation, I'll also once again remind you about our friends from Game Day Preps and the great stuff they've got going on, because right now you can take your high school team's program to the next level by using Game Day Preps. It's the total stat solution that can elevate your program by easily tracking stats and records as they happen, broadcasting live feeds for fans, parents, and coaches that you can follow anywhere on any device with no signups. Generate detailed reports for players, coaches, and recruiters. Plus, you can boost player visibility and refine team strategy to get the competitive edge your teams need. Make sure you use Game Day Preps online at GameDayPreps.com. That is GameDayPreps.com. Look at it. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. See what Dylan Barber sees, the quarterback for Lagrange. He's going to hand once again to Caden Thomas. This drive sort of belonged to him. Big hit that time, leveled by Tyson Buford. Cornerback coming up over, making a hit. Flag also comes in too.
You like the corner coming up, sticking his face up in there.
Reminds me, somebody, a Georgia booster who had a chance to be at the McGill scrimmage the other day, relayed that Kirby Smart over the microphone said the message of, hey, Howie Roseman, Philadelphia Eagles GM, says, if you want to be a cornerback and play in the NFL, if you're a cornerback that can't tackle, you can't play.
Yeah.
And obviously Buford showing an example right there at the high school level, what it looks like to be a cornerback that's comfortable making tackles.
The only one that didn't like to tackle might have been the best corner ever was Deion Sanders.
Yeah. And if you're Deion Sanders, you can get away with it.
That's right. It's like he said, I don't know how fast I was. Nobody ever caught me, ever.
Yeah.
He said, I don't run a 40. I've never been caught.
If you're Deion, you don't have to be a great tackler. The rest of the cornerbacks would probably behoove you to do so.
Yeah. And in today's game, it's such splayed sideline to sideline. If you can't tackle and you can't stick your face up in there in a corner, it's just at that level, hard to play.
By the way, you notice the flag was waved off there. Thomas still got 2 yards.
Clock is going fast here. Both defenses playing well. A little under 3 minutes left in the third.
It was interesting to talk to Matt Napier this week about what he observes from his brother. And, of course, as we mentioned during the Open, Bill Napier was a legendary coach in North Georgia, beloved, passed away in 2017. As you see Barber run. Kurt Roper has been involved in coaching throughout the state. Obviously, Matt Napier's the coach here. Billy Napier, the coach in Florida.
Yeah.
Interesting to watch Matt Napier describe what his brother goes through in the pressure cooker of the SEC, and obviously how he handles all of that, and the fact that he, at least the best that Coach Matt Napier says, he can tell Billy does a good job of compartmentalizing that, because we know that, and we obviously live in that world on a daily basis, we know the demands that are placed on these coaches. It's interesting to watch Matt observe his brother go through all of that. Hand off to Thomas again. Thomas finds a hole. Gets down to about the 30. That's going to be about a yard short of another Lagrange first down.
Starting to run back on this left side. I'll say this one thing about coaches at that SEC level. I can promise you right now, their phone never stops, and 95% of the time, it's never good news.
That's right.
It is bomb after bomb after bomb all day long, and I don't care how much those guys make. That is not a job for the weak-minded there. And Coach Napier, obviously a great guy, great family. I got a chance to see Murray County play up here one time, way back in the day. But it is even on the high school level, man. I mean, you're a CEO. You're a CEO of a program.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things, and you see the handoff once again going to Caden Thomas. I mean, one of the big storylines we'll discuss in tonight's game between Rome and Creekside is this time a year ago, Rome was not able to play because after a scrimmage, they had a bus wreck. And thankfully, that wreck turned out not to be as serious as that could have, but there were still injuries. And in the immediate aftermath of that, there was also the need to kind of just see
decompress.
How healthy are we and decompress. And so to give you an example of the pressure that high school coaches deal with, there is no manual on what do you do if your team has a bus wreck.
Correct. And John Reed, as long as he's done it, you know, now that everything's over with, he tells me, Rusty, I'm watching the bus in front of me, my player's flipping. Can you imagine rolling up on that and what you're feeling? So, you know, thank goodness nothing was worse come out of that. And certainly the right decision was made not to play. But, man, what a scary, scary moment. Glad everybody survived that, and we're here playing high school football tonight.
I've been around schools my entire life, and I know you have too, either as an athlete, student yourself, or just, you know, in the job that you do. I've spent a lot of time around high schools. There is just always something.
And it tells you, too, I was talking to my daughter, Kaylee, we're talking about it after off air. It tells you how good a bus is constructed. There's no seatbelts.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Coach Reed said he learned is the buses are actually a lot safer than you realize.
No doubt.
He also said, and for coaches who are watching us right now, I know there are many who are, the one thing that he was very glad of, and he's sort of counseled his colleagues on, he did have a roster in his hand.
Correct.
And so when the bus wreck occurred, he was able to look at the roster, and he was able to make sure he had all of his players. It gives you chills to think about having to do that. You know, can you find everybody in a situation like that? He said he was very thankful that he had a roster to check off the name.
And so much going on that night. He said the next morning they realized that they had several players with concussions at that point. The after effect of that. But listen, very blessed that nothing was worse than that, and certainly a great job by the Rome staff.
Yeah, so very happy about that. And, of course, while there's a break in the action, we'll also give a shout-out again here to our friends at Breda Pest Management, because no matter the season, no matter your pest issue, Breda Pest Management can protect your home inside and out from bugs, termites, wildlife, and mosquitoes. Breda's proud to sponsor Georgia High School Athletics. You can get started at BredaPest.com. BREDA, BredaPest.com. So a year ago, you have the Rome bus wreck. You have weather all across the state.
Oh, my goodness.
Chemical spill in the east part of the state. It was a year, I think, unlike any other. And
we had a storm.
Terrible storm. Obviously, there were other things, too. We know there's going to be stuff that happens over the course of a long year in a very big state. boy, I'm hoping for a smooth ride for a lot of these Georgia coaches who dealt with a lot of unprecedented situations a year ago.
Yep, off to a great start. Great weather tonight. Great setting.
Barber, jet sweep handoff.
There he is.
Nice play. Defensively, though, that's Zach Stiles. You called him out earlier, and he makes another play right there, bringing down Peyton Davis.
And you talk about no manual. John Rick's first coaching high school career, head coach. He goes through 3.5 hours delay total.
Exactly.
How about Mark Rick was there? And Mark Rick tweets the scoreboard and says he has a better winning percentage than me already. How about
That's great.
that? How about that?
That's great. I know Coach Rick must be incredibly happy for him.
Oh, man.
In talking to John Rick this week, one of the things that he said is that, and a lot of coaches I'm sure like this too, we're going to go to quarter break, I'll say this quick, that John Rick said, listen, Coach Rick was never going to coach me unless I kind of asked for it. He wanted to give me space to be a player, to be my own coach, to be my own man.
Yep.
And we know that remains true for him. But I know Coach Rick is as proud as anybody of the newest Coach Rick, John Rick, getting a win for Prince Avenue Christian on Wednesday. Fourth quarter comes up from Barron Stadium right after this.
Huge news, pizza lovers. Our brand new Carvelis loyalty program is here. Sign up today and score 200 bonus points. That's $10 off your next order. Try our famous boneless bites and fries or our award-winning Georgia pie from this year's Las Vegas Pizza Expo. Plus, enjoy an exclusive birthday month discount. Download the Carvelis Pizza app on Apple or Google Play and create an account to start earning rewards with us at any one of our 6 locations here in Georgia. Carvelis Pizza Company. Not real glamorous, but dang sure delicious.
If you like to do this, or that, or even that, and you want to get back at it, we've got your back. Or your shoulder, or your hip, or your knee. The sports medicine specialists at Emory Healthcare treat more world-class, professional, and college-level athletes than anyone else in the state. We'll treat you like a pro and get you back in play.
Hey, does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me, can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands, improper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Fourth quarter set to begin. Lagrange leads 20-0, overcast. It's game one of our doubleheader here from Barron Stadium in Rome. Of course, our fourth quarter presented by IBEW Local 613. In motion goes Peyton Davis. Barber going to keep it up. Now throwing. Man is open. Fight for the football. It's incomplete. Broken up defensively by DeMarcus Ballinger.
Man, he wants to have this one back because he runs a post and he gets the defender turned around and the ball. He's unable to set his feet, but he puts a double move on that safety and he is open. The ball was thrown behind him. I saw him go, look at the sideline and go, my bad there, missed it.
So it'll be 3rd and 20. Pretty good coverage by Ballinger even.
Coming back,
even
sure.
Still.
Yep.
Barber now rolling right. Throw towards the sideline. That is a pass caught. Jordan Stringer there to haul that in. Still well short of the first down. See, for 4 games tomorrow, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Starting early. Our guy Matt Stewart always does a great job on the call for the first 2. And Rusty and I will take you the rest of the way, starting with Keacher Walton, then Douglas County, North Gwinnett. Both those teams showing up in a lot of these national rankings.
Excited to see North Gwinnett. Obviously, well documented what North Gwinnett's going to. Jake Godfrey, son of Eric Godfrey, head coach there at North Gwinnett.
tell you a funny story about that. Talked to Johnny White this week. Ask him, obviously Douglas County coach, what do you think about North Gwinnett? Johnny White's one of the great guys to ever talk to. You can just talk to him all day long as you see Lagrange call a timeout. So you ask Johnny White, hey, what do you think about North Gwinnett? He sits there for a second, doesn't say anything. He goes, I'll tell you this, coach's son is a ball.
Yeah, yes.
That was the first thing he said about the team overall. Praise for Jake Godfrey, the son of North Gwinnett coach Aaron Godfrey. I thought that was kind of interesting to see. By the way, Lagrange on top here right now. How about the rest of the work for the Grangers after this particular week? Let's take a look at the Lagrange schedule. Of course, how about a massive showdown coming up on August 29th against Sandy Creek. Lagrange, Sandy Creek, that'll be a very fun game. A new look Trinity Christian team coming up on September the 5th. Now that Kenny Dallas is the head coach at Hebron Christian. Of course, this is brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Troup County game is going to have a little bit of atmosphere.
I'm guessing it probably will.
You think that'll have a little bit of a crowd there?
I'm guessing that will have a little bit of extra juice, indeed, in that wonderful battle of Troup County there. Range.
Sandy Creek could be a tough one.
That's what we said, yeah.
Yep.
Tremendous game there. Barber throwing, caught, Stringer, 14-yard line. Stringer's a really smooth athlete.
He just comes back out of his break and snags that ball. What I love is I think we got a cramp down on 20 right
that's
here.
Eli Simmons. He's had a good game.
Yep.
I do think that's a cramp.
Yep. Something you probably will start seeing. And the defense will be on the field a lot of snaps second half.
It's amazing how much cooler it is now than it was just when I walked over to the stadium today. And it's so much cooler now than it was yesterday.
Yes.
Really significant drop in these temperatures.
Feels great. Love that ball there by Barber. Stands in the pocket and delivers.
It's time to
knows
check
he'll
in
take a
with
shot.
Lagrange, brought to you by Emory Healthcare. When you look at the beginning of last season, the Grangers lost to Douglas last year in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic, 18-3. Fast forward to this year, they've completely flipped the script. Cass has yet to score on the Grangers. It's currently 20-0 in the fourth quarter. Still a lot of game time left, but the Grangers definitely feeling confident heading into this one. And this is testament to head coach Matt Napier has one of the deepest and most experienced team he's had since taking over in 2020. He has 30 seniors, and they're definitely showcasing all their talent here today. Rusty, Brandon, back up to you guys.
So much, Georgia. Really appreciate that.
Georgia Chambers comes to Rome and says, you know what, my grandma used to live up here, and it looks a lot different. And I love that when people come to, they think we're a one little, a little CVS town. And I think when people come here, like, wait a minute, this is what Rome is? And I'm like, well, we got a few things up here. Don't let the secret out, but.
Now, the one thing you will have to, get used to when you come to Rome is, Rust's a little bit like Boss Hogg, driving around a big white Cadillac, convertible.
Yeah.
Every single.
The problem is I got about 8 Roscoes. That's the problem.
Every single business in town bears his name. You get used to seeing that after a while.
Oh, man. Proud of my hometown, man. Northwest Georgia.
I love it.
Great little secret. Great little place to raise a family.
In all honesty, I really have grown to love coming here. I really do. See the handoff going to Antonio Parks. It's one of those things, you and I don't get to do this every single week just because we're both running from 1,000 different places, but we've occasionally had, dinner here at a local restaurant before the game, and it's always, it's good when we can do that just because it's kind of nice to sort of soak up the local scene, but it's also, this is a great place to do it because Rome obviously has a lot to offer.
Yep.
I stay here every time we come now. Just
I know. Yeah, I like that.
In the red zone here, presented by Iron Workers Local 387.
Rome Tourism Group does a great job getting events like this to our town.
Flag comes in. Barber
Before the
wasn't happy
snap,
about
false
something.
start
He saw some
on the
movement up
offense.
front.
5-yard penalty, still second down.
Speaking of Rome, one of the fun things about watching the Wolves play later on is, and you pointed this out to me years ago, and I've always tried to make sure I see it, the walk across the river bridge.
Wolf Walk.
The Wolf Walk. That's a really fun thing to see. It's picturesque. Obviously, the big bridge going across the river. Seeing them walk across that's always a thing I enjoy. Hand off to Antonio Parks. Matt Napier told us he's going to play multiple running backs, and he has proven true to his word.
They've got always a threat to win it all. But those 2017 and 2018 teams, when they came across, they call them the bullies on Broad Street. And when they came across that bridge, it was bad news. They were ready to put it on somebody. I think they beat Buford here that night 49-3 in the state semifinals.
Wow.
And I'm telling you right now, that was one of the most ferocious football games I've ever seen from a team from Floyd County. Ultra, just super talented.
Third down now. Barber looking to throw to the end zone. Good coverage, fight for the football. That's going to be a great catch, though. Flag comes in. I don't know if that's an and one situation or not, but it looked like Caden Thomas hauled in a beautiful catch. No, excuse me. That is Julian Jones.
He just throws this up. This guy goes and gets it. They're going to get pass interference and a touchdown.
That may be an and one.
Pass interference on the defense.
Wow. How about
that will be counted on the kickoff.
0 FG Energy Drink touchdown. Julian Jones hauls it in. PAT here presented by Tim Eccles and Fitz Johnson, on the ballot statewide in November. So Lagrange is looking impressive here right now as you see our Breda Pest Management scoring summary.
Good job.
Julian Jones hauls it in. It was good coverage. Drew a flag. Jones still caught it. That's amazing. What a performance by Lagrange with 9:05 to go in the game. Yeah, this has certainly been quite an impressive performance here today. There's Rome and Creekside coming up. Rusty was talking about the Rome Wolves a little earlier. Obviously, the team that shook off a couple of losses to come back and win the region once again last year. I think that some of what Rome may do this year may be reminiscent of maybe not quite those teams of a decade ago, but certainly a kind of a step back in that direction for Rome this year. I get the impression that might be true.
I saw him last week against Douglas County. This is what I'll tell you. You're talking about flying to the ball. Not the biggest Rome defense I've ever seen, but certainly the speed is there. And then offensively, they got two Georgia Tech wide receiver commits in Darnell Collins and J.J. Winston. I think that, man, they are a handful to deal with.
So the pass interference penalty is not waived off. It's not declined. It is enforced on the kickoff. That's why Lagrange kicked from short. And so they'll take the free touchback on that and give Cass the football back here again. And suddenly the clock and the deficit sort of present simultaneous problems.
Union construction workers are the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
Mississippi State committed quarterback Brody McQuarter will lead the Cass offense. He gets a pass complete. Tackle made, though, right away by Zy Huzzy.
They just make you earn every bit defensively. Fight off the block, quick bubble pass there. Fight off the block, make the tackle, gain of one.
Breda Pest Management score ticker rolls on. Fun games all throughout the state here tonight.
Man, I seen Lagrange. That Sandy Creek game.
That's going to be a big one.
Whew. Man. I know what Sandy Creek brings to the table.
Big hit leveled that time. Mason Blandenberg, I believe, the outside linebacker, is the one that laid the big thump on that. Heard that pad pop from way up here. So third down now coming up. 7:55 to go. Order will throw. That is a pass caught.
Way to pick it up.
Yeah, first down yardage for the Colonels.
Andrew Williams. Nice job there fighting after the catch to move the chains.
A Lagrange player is going to have to come off. Looks like Jadarius Render may be dealing with a little bit of a cramp.
Yeah, I believe after their Corky Kell initial appearance last year, Coach Napier will have a much easier ride home tonight to Lagrange, and it'd be a great weekend for everybody down in that area.
You and I were talking a moment ago about the big game coming up in August for later on this month for Lagrange. You see a pass caught there. Ja Anderson gets another first down for Cass later on this month between Lagrange and Sandy Creek, which will be in a big anticipated showdown. But keep in mind, it was a year ago that Lagrange kind of got its big playoff win against Sandy Creek. Getting the win against Sandy Creek would go on to win the following week in the quarterfinals in kind of blowout fashion against North Hall. But the sort of eye-opening postseason performance for Lagrange a year ago was that postseason win against Sandy Creek, kind of a perennial state championship contender. A big, really, announcement. As you see, ball comes free. Big hit on McQuarter. Defensive back.
Nehemiah McLaughlin.
Yeah, McLaughlin. Kind of almost came in untouched, leveled McQuarter, and the ball came free, and that's worked out in Lagrange's favor a couple of times here tonight.
This comes free. Lucky to get this one back. Good hustle there by big man.
Yeah, that's Lawson Weeks, the left guard, who helped his team by falling on the football. I think I could do okay falling on a football. I just want everybody else falling on me after it happens. Pass complete, but a big hit coming on the other side of that.
Nothing easy, man.
It has been nothing easy tonight. That was Andrew Williams who caught it. But Cass was, I should say, Lagrange there right away to level him after that. You see a lot of energy from some of the Lagrange guys getting a chance to play right now.
One of those pass plays in the summer, 7-on-7. That's a nice little completion. You get tagged off in this part of the season.
Friday night, it's a totally different thing.
Totally different when you come across the middle. Caught that ball all summer, and it was nice, and everybody high-fived you. A little different now.
Pressure comes from Lagrange. McQuarter steps in, throws. That's going to be complete to his tight end. Getting across the 40 is Chase Tatum.
Like that one. Good ball there by McQuarter. And that's the guy that got to get involved, I believe, Chase Tatum. You'll see that, too.
Yeah, Chase Tatum's a good-looking target.
Yep. Tight end committed to Kennesaw State. Reminds me a lot of Maddox Waller, the tight end over Sequoia, that's committed to Sanford.
Good comparison.
Both of those kids are very similar. Block, catch.
It's been a great run for tight ends in Georgia in recent years.
I mean, all levels.
See the handoff now going to Khalil Charles. Flag comes in. Way away from the play.
The tight ends, I want to mention former Georgia tight end Pierce Spurlin, who had open heart surgery this week up in Cleveland, and his dad
illegal formation
kind of texted
on the
me
offense.
last week,
5-yard penalty,
what was going on,
replay
and
first
everything
down.
went in and repaired a valve and everything. And Pierce on his Instagram, his post, said he'll be good as new.
That's amazing.
And they found nothing new.
So folks will remember Pierce Spurlin signed with Georgia as a tight end.
So he was at Walton until he was a junior, and his dad's job transferred to basically the Gulf Coast. He played his senior year down there, but man, scary stuff.
Well, it's the unbelievable roller coaster of emotions where one of the greatest senses of pride a family can have is to see one of their sons go on to play major college football, and then to find out on the other side of that, the medical condition is not only going to end the football career, but now you're talking about, as you say, heart surgery, things like that. I mean, you can only imagine the feelings that they've gone through as they've experienced all of this, but obviously it sounds like it's good news from a medical standpoint. You can't ask for anything better than that.
And that's a lesson. Highly recruited young man, had offers from all over the country, dream school, Georgia, 2-3 years later, he's in open heart surgery. I mean, how quickly life can change.
Yeah.
But everything's
Nothing
good with
is
him.
guaranteed, but that's awesome to hear.
Yep.
$5:10 to go.
We'll get a chance to see a tight end tomorrow at Walton, Jude Cascone.
Yeah, I like him.
Young man, I think it's going to be, a lot of people are going to be 2026 tight end. I think people are going to be really interested in watching him.
Yeah, Walton has a lot of newish faces. Cascone's a guy we've seen before, though, and that's going to be an important veteran player. As you see, McWhorter try to make something happen, forced just to get rid of it. He's being chased down by DeAnthony Stewart. And, you know, throughout the years, you think about, like, Hunter Teal, who was kind of a tight end there. One of the things that Walton has done very well, they have used the tight end very well throughout the years.
And they got a new OC, so it'll be something to see this year with him. Levi Brown coming over. I'll tell you one thing about that, going back to that play, McWhorter, he goes through every progression right there. Nobody's open. He still gets the ball. It gets outside the pocket and throws it away so you don't eat a negative play. You come back 3rd and 9 instead of 3rd and 16.
Going without my notes on this, Brown comes over to Walton from River Ridge, is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
And had success there offensively.
Yep. Good touch pass right here.
Flag. Yeah, you get a flag coming in. It's another kind of and one situation where Jai Anderson is going to win the wrestling match even after the pass interference and get a touchdown for Cass. And so good for them to get something positive here offensively before the night comes to a close.
If you like that, a couple shots. Took a couple shots to him in the second half.
Yeah, so Anderson was
we have
really
2 flags
open
on the
a
play.
little earlier.
We have defensive
catches that.
pass
You get the
interference
sense that
on
he
the
might
defense.
be becoming
We have holding
one of those
on
weapons
the defense.
they feel like they can
Those
trust here the
penalties will
rest
be
of the way.
accessed on the kickoff. Score counts.
Yeah, a little different offensive threat without Elijah Slocum.
0 FG entering touchdown. PAT is good. That makes it 27-7. They will, I mean, obviously there's only 4:54 left in the game, but they will now get the short field to try the onside kick with if they want to have some fun with that.
Yep.
We'll see if they do. We'll take a quick timeout first.
This is the home of the GOATs, Friday Night Lights, and home of the Ballers. This is home of the Gamers. Peachtree Sports Network is the home of the Hustlers and home of the Speed Junkies. The Peach State plays here. Atlanta's home of live local sports is Peachtree Sports Network.
Okay, going back to 1.
This industry is my life. The Georgia film industry feeds my children, and it feeds my dreams, which are 2 very important things. The film community is a real vital ecosystem. You can make a living in it in an incredible town.
Real jobs, real impact. Support Georgia Films. Visit whygeorgia.com.
And welcome back, everybody. Let's go back and see one more time here the first Cass touchdown of the game. It's our Breda Pest Management scoring summary. Brody McWhorter connecting with Ja Anderson. Anderson fought off the penalty and still was able to haul it in. Now short field after the pass interference. We believe Anthony Chiata probably going to try an onside kick here for Cass.
Tried to pooch it to open the game up.
Does he get the bounce? Not really. Didn't quite get that spinning bounce where it goes up in the air. Probably went a little farther than he wanted it to, too. So going to end up just being decentish field position for Lagrange. We'll also take a look at our electrifying play of the half. The amazing touchdown throw from a little earlier where Dylan Barber connected with Julian Jones. was our electrifying play of the half.
I think when you go back, obviously you don't. This is not Steve Gates didn't build a program to say we're losing games. But when you go back and look, basically 7-7 in the second half, and your defense has played well up to this point. And that's something you want to build on.
Barber remains in at quarterback. He's going to hand off to Caden Thomas. Thomas going to lose yardage on first down.
Also good news there. Big 75 is back in the middle.
Yeah, you love to see Sebastian Castaneda back in the game again. That's an important player for them. I think you've got to be happy how this Cass defense has played in the second half.
Yeah, showed some fight.
In the playoffs, 4 years in a row. Of course, a year ago, supposed to play Callaway in our Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. Weather prevented that from happening. The game would take place a couple of days later. Cass would win. Won 3 straight to begin last season before losing to North Cobb. We talked earlier about the way as the flag's going to get waved off. We talked earlier about the way in which the talent, the overall performance in kind of the west part of the state. This part of North Georgia, where you have obviously, you don't think about Calhoun as reigning state champion. Cartersville, obviously good every year. Cass has been an amazing, factor, especially before the last reclassification when you had a lot of those teams kind of in the same region together.
I'll tell you something. I saw Rockmart. They're a team that's a real threat as well. Coach Parsons always does a great job with them.
By the way, as Barber surveys the situation, we are not too far away, we don't think, from hearing the latest update on the newest reclassification as it relates to the state of Georgia. Caden Thomas getting the carry.
So they're basically doing away with what they call single A upper and single A lower.
As someone who talks about high school football for a quasi-living here, I think it's a tremendous idea.
Yep.
Really do.
Yep.
And we'll also show you our Gordo's fan section of the game, presented by Gordo's Cheese Dip. Great start of the marching band there. Wonderful thing to see. We appreciate Gordo's Cheese Dip. Saw their truck out here a little earlier today. A lot of folks enjoying that. A great part of our festivities here. So, as someone who talks about high school football a lot, I do think to have Division I, Division II of the Class A classification, unless you live in this world, I don't think you necessarily understand what that is.
Correct.
It's a little bit hard to discuss.
Yes. And
frankly, it's a little bit hard to remember who's in what sometimes.
Yeah, you'll have A, double A. It'll be A all the way up to 7A again.
Yeah, so the highest classification will be called 7A, we believe anyway. It's not final, but that's what we expect to be true. And there will still be a private classification for the private school teams that would be slotted in it from a region standpoint in a Class A through 3A. They will play for their own state championship.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, are they going to use power ratings to seed the teams in the playoffs?
I believe for all classifications, I think.
Oh, my goodness. That would eliminate those round threes where we've seen teams play that probably should have been state championship.
Yeah, because, and we always joke about how much you love the playoff brackets, but for now, when you're doing a playoff bracket, that's really the most important conversation. It's the lion's share of the discussion of who got the bad draw of, like, say, being a 3 seed, now you've got to go on the road.
Yep.
Perfect example, that's a year ago. So if you're Gainesville playing the same region as, like, Milton and Roswell, you finish third in that region, you have to go on the road in round one of the playoffs, and all of a sudden now you're talking about the chance to be upset. Now, listen, you need to win the game whoever you're playing, no matter what team you are, but there's a lot of that in Georgia where a really stacked region, a very deserving 3 seed who obviously would, but from a power rating standpoint, but warrant a home game, they've got to go on the road. And listen, you go on the road in like November in Georgia, a playoff game, that is not an easy thing to do.
Would you believe me if I've already told you I looked at some of the brackets?
I'd be shocked if you hadn't.
So I'll tell you this. Green's going to run the clock out here.
Barber's going to get a chance to take a knee and get ready to start bringing this one to a close. There's still more than a minute left, but they've got this game well in hand. And the second down coming up, they can kind of let it run down. And at this point in time, Cass probably just as happy to let that happen as anybody else.
If you look at a team that Rome is favored in their region, let's just say Rome wins their region. They're going to play somebody from Region 1, which could end up being in round 2. They could play like Thomas County Central or Lee County right
That's
here.
Crazy.
Which, I mean, in round 2,
it's crazy. But it also creates fun stuff for us to talk about. It's not the most.
I'm talking about it in August.
Yeah, it's not the most equitable way to handle a postseason, but boy, it generates plenty of conversation. And that may be the last snap of the game. Lagrange has traveled up to Barron Stadium in Rome, and a year after losing a game to Douglas in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic, when they kind of struggled to put anything together really at all. They went on a remarkable run after that, won 10 games for the first time in almost 2 decades, made the state semifinals for about just as, maybe even longer than that. This year, though, their season gets off to a much different start. Against a Cass team that's a postseason regular, Lagrange gets the win by a final of 27-7.